So I watched a lot of his videos the last couple days, and I missed a lot of things. Like the fact that he had a gun on him. Remember the Joe Rogan box? Remember the Joe Rogan box that had Joe Rogan's picture on it, and he kept kind of hinting at it? Well, people slow down the video. There's a point he opens it, and you can see he had a gun in that box. That's the same box he was asking the guy recording to go drop off at the comedy, the mothership, right? So I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, oh, this is a guy crashing out. Maybe he's on some drugs. Maybe it's a schizophrenic episode, but he's just like he's become obsessed with Joe Rogan, get on the show and like getting views, and all this is a way to get views. And I think there's a possibility he was looking to actually off some people. Okay. And this video right here, this is Johnny Bravo. This is one of the guys that he was talking about. This is one of the people on his list. This guy's been making, I didn't know who this guy was until it popped up on my feed yesterday. He makes great videos, by the way. This is a fantastic video. And he's been covering the Liver King for a long time now and like calling him out. Kind of like the dude from No Plates, No Dates or whatever the fuck. So yeah, we're gonna kick it off with this, and then we're gonna catch up with the latest videos from from the Liver King. We'll see if he's gotten help yet, or if he's still spiraling out of control and talking about Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan's family, which makes it even more weird when you're bringing up Joe's family. And yeah, and then we got a bunch of other stuff we'll get into too. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. But let's get to this one. You guys got to go follow this channel. I think this, if you're interested in the Liver King shit, this is a guy you got to follow. All right, so this is John Bravo. And this is, again, if you paid attention the last couple of days, he mentioned his name a few times. I didn't know who the fuck he was talking about. I don't even think he said his name right, but he was clearly talking about this guy. Oh, and I also saw the Netflix documentary. So for some reason, I thought the Netflix documentary wasn't out yet. And then I saw somebody commenting about it. So I went and looked on Netflix and watched it. And it's not even that bad. It just basically recounts what we all know. He was lying. He was taking massive amounts of steroids. And there were some weird parts where he it seems like they're on a farm or some shit with a bunch of cattle. And they want to recreate the hunt. So they take this tagged cattle. It's like its ears tagged and everything. It's just a regular fucking cow. And they shoot it. They get somebody to shoot it. And then the whole family runs to the cow and starts chopping up the cow and eating. He hands the balls to one of his sons, and his son just starts eating the balls raw. I didn't know it was that crazy, dude. And they're literally with his two sons just cutting. I mean, I understand this is the way. There's a reason why people have people do that for them. That's got to fuck your head up at some point if you're just constantly cutting and killing things. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But to me, if I had to gut a living animal every day to eat it, eventually I might fuck with my psyche a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's a little weird when you're cutting open a cow and feeding the testicles raw right there. They didn't even wash the testicles off. Didn't even wash them. Just slip. Here you go, son. Holy shit. So yeah, he might have a brainworm. He might. Anyway, let's get to this. This is a fantastic video. Once again, John Bravo Films. So this guy caught a lot of the things I missed because I'm kind of dumb and I don't pay enough attention. I should have caught all this shit, but these guys, they went through, slowed down the video. They caught a lot of the shit. So it's a lot darker than I thought it was.
And then after all that, we're just going to make...
I don't think it's all for show. I think this guy is having a mental episode. Somebody was talking shit to me the other day in the comment section, oh, you're saying he's got schizophrenia. You don't know. You're a doctor. I've said it many times. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's schizophrenic-like. The symptoms seem very schizophrenic, but does he have schizophrenia? No, he's got to go to a doctor. Doctor's got to figure out what's wrong with him, and then they can hopefully get him treatment, which I hope at some point he fucking does. Because this is leading to a very dark place that, I don't think even the biggest Liver King haters want to see where this is going. Because this is one of those in 10 years you're going to find this guy. Somebody's going to be just walking down the street and be like, are you the Liver King? And it's going to be just some homeless guy, sleeping under a trash bag. I was the Liver King. It's going to be one of those stories. So hopefully he gets some fucking help.
People pay that deserve it. Not many, 3 of them mainly, or 4. I'll just say who they are.
Not to mention he kicked his dog. Like he legitimately. So some of you are still defending this guy. I understand you like him or whatever, but you should be like on his page like the rest of the people commenting to each post with "get some fucking help." If you like this guy, you should be demanding that he go and seek treatment. All right, the intro's already too long, but okay, I guess this is what we do now. It's what we do now. Long ass intros.
That crazy.
All right, so this is Johnny Bravo.
So as you guys know,
one of the guys being threatened by the Liver King. Now, I don't even know if this is him. I don't think this is really him. I think he's recording himself talking, and then he's using like an AI to put a whole new face. That's what it seems like to me. Something's off about it, but that's his style. If that's his style, fine.
Know by now, the liver bitch, that crazy little fucker piece of shit. He went on a rampage like a maniac, drug-induced, right? Threatening the life of Joe Rogan.
We're gonna make Joe Rogan pay, Big John, one of us, both of us.
Landing his dumbass in jail. Now there's people that think it's all an empty threat. He's not gonna do anything. He's not capable of doing anything, right? But no, I know the whole story behind the scenes. This asshole was at the Liver Ranch with all his employees obsessing over Joe Rogan for years. People are thinking this is just a stunt for social media. Empty words, he's not gonna do anything, right?
I wonder how that beard smells at this point. I'm sure it smells great.
But they don't know what's in the mind of this man, or what's not left of his mind, because I know what he's been doing. Copious amount of drugs, illegal drugs that he's been putting into his system, experimenting with unapproved for humans medical devices that alter the fucking mind. This asshole has been doing so many things that have fucked up his mind, that has caused this behavior that we're seeing now. And that's probably why he's been daydreaming all day and night about my balls in his mouth.
That's one theory, is that this guy's taking like experimental drugs. He's just taking like what was that shit he was taking the other day? Blue venom or some shit. I don't know. That could be it. It could be it could also be the steroids. By the way, I think I'm going to rebrand as the Pork Chop King. I mean, this seems to have made the Liver King a ton of money, so I think I'm just going to rebrand myself as the Pork Chop King. I may need to start a GoFundMe though, in order to raise $11,000 a month. So, because I have to be on steroids, it's not going to work if I'm not, fucking looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger out of Commando or some shit. So, guys, Pork Chop King, it's coming soon. I'm starting a GoFundMe. Let's do it.
Saying they're fine like a sharmuta would do.
Johnny Bravo, and he's like a flying balls like him,
and now, remember that box I
He's not acting, guys. Not everything is a fucking act, all right?
Showed you that he was carrying around with him to go to Austin,
guys,
Texas,
this is that box.
with Joe Rogan's face
You
on
guys
it
remember
like
the box, right? He kept making a big deal about the box. You remember that, right? It's what's in the box that makes this really fucking dark.
a sick fuck? Do you guys
Thank you,
know
David.
what was
Welcome
in
to the
that
team,
box? A gun
David Elias,
and cat.
independent courier, became a member.
Thank you, David.
Now tell me what
Welcome.
he was up to, that sick fuck. So now let me explain the situation. It seems this asshole has a problem with everyone he thinks fucked up his career. Instead of looking himself in the mirror and say, hey, look, I look like an asshole, he wants to blame everybody else, right? So he has an agenda in his sick mind, don't forget it's drug-induced, to make everybody who he thinks did him wrong make them pay. And he starts off by going after the producers and the directors of the Liver King documentary on Netflix. He's even going after their religion, the asshole.
And then we're gonna force people to fucking pay. And Joe fucking Snurlman, you'll pay. Your boss, Sheldon, the other fake Jew, he's gonna pay.
All right, so this is the type of language that you hear from somebody before they, go do something very terrible. And then when you find out he's got a gun in the fucking Joe Rogan box, dude, I think this is a lot darker than we thought it was.
Snurl man who tried to attempt to direct a lie that they called the untold truth about a man that knows the truth, that's articulate enough to say, hey, you fake Jews, you're actually the fake ones, but not you fake Jews. What you're trying to do is be greedy and slime balls and put
Disavow. We love the Jews here.
more fucking cash in your pocket out of not principle. Fake Jews do that. They wear hats. They call themselves Sheldon and Joe Snurlman.
Disavow.
That's what you guys do.
Then, of course, the main one is Joe Rogan, because he feels like he never put him on his podcast. He did him wrong, right? Then he goes after Vigorous Steve, Derek, and then me, because I did all those exposed videos on him. And now he's fucked up in his mind. He thinks
This is his wife. So all of you that were like, oh, his wife, look, his wife may be a victim of some sort, but she sure seems to be just as bad. She ain't helping. Look, this is her fucking sending DMs to this Johnny Bravo guy. And this is his wife saying, you're on that list too. FYI, he's coming for you too, you filthy piece of shit. Wow. So yeah, his wife is probably just as fucking crazy. And why she didn't seem phased. We were like, it's kind of weird, right? Like either she's putting on like this like fake smile that like abused women put on. Maybe that's what it is, but she did not seem phased by him being arrested, by him ranting like a complete fucking madman. She's just like looking. Maybe she's down with this whole fucking thing too, dude. I don't know.
I talk shit about his
Doing that
wife
together?
anytime
Is
she
that what
talks
it
shit
is?
to me. She
Could
said
be
I'm
distorted.
a filthy piece of shit, stealing my fucking lines, that sharmuta.
And then after all that, we're just going to make people pay that deserve it. Not many, 3 of them mainly. Or
It almost sounded like that deserved to die. That's what it sounded like. He cut off right before die. Because he still knows, like, he can't just come out and say, hey, I'm going to come and kill you. But the gist of all this is exactly that message. The message of, I'm coming to kill you. In my opinion, allegedly.
before. I'll just say who they are. Primarily the fake Jews that I've already said.
Again, disavow.
The more plates, more date. Derek Betterman, soon to be. That's what he's going to be. Never a barbarian until he changes to become a better man. Vigorous. I don't even know his last name. Derek, I don't know his last name either. He's a more plates, more. Let's just disrespect
Derek
the whole
Dates.
fucking gender. The whole gender. We're going to make that guy pay. We're going to make a few of those guys pay. And then Johnny Bravado or something, that guy who claims to be an investigative reporter, but he tried to pick a fight with my queen. And so the world can make him pay whatever they think that is. But y'all know what he did. And eye
You're
for an
right.
eye.
His
Don't
eyes
go
are
any further
closed.
than that. We don't need to break his fucking knees just because you can.
Now, I said before,
I think look, call it what you want. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose it. He's having some sort of mental break that mimics schizophrenia. It mimics the symptoms of schizophrenia. And again, in my opinion, that's what I'm seeing. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified, but he needs to go see a doctor and figure out what the fuck is going on. His wife too, and probably all of his kids too. His kids probably need to see a shrink because this is probably really going to affect them long term, mentally, to see your dad behaving this way.
this guy's actually sick in the head because he's been on drugs, major drugs, okay? Then, the major one. You remember, I don't know if you remember because it was a long time ago, in the 40s and 50s, they used to do these experiments on kids who had autism or other types of problems, right? They used to have these shock therapy machines that
Psychosis, yeah. I mean, again, it's. I'm not qualified to diagnose, guys, but it's something. There's some sort of mental issue going on here. He's not in his right mind. I think I'm qualified to diagnose him as not being in his right mind.
would plug to their heads and shock the shit out of them, thinking that they can make them better, right? Well, this asshole hired a private sharmuta nurse to come to his house like a sharmuta would, right? To shock the shit out of him.
He's been giving himself electric shock therapy. Electric fucking shock therapy, dude. Did that make him crazy? Was he crazy before? I don't know. Maybe I should look up the benefits of electric shock therapy.
So
That's crazy.
besides all those drugs he's been putting in his system, he's doing that. So he's all fucked up in the head, and that's why we see his behavior online like this.
You can't buy this kind of stuff. Their serial numbers,
Okay, look, this is the part.
not replicatable, not reproducible kind of stuff. Presents like that, Joe Rogan.
All right, so this is the box. You guys watched my last episodes. If you've watched this, he's showed off the box a lot of times. And if I remember right, this is the box that he told his cameraman before he went to jail, you need to take this box and leave it at the mothership. Is he trying to get his cameraman to take, to fulfill his mission? Because, his cameraman's not going to do that. But he tried, it seemed like. I don't know.
That's how we do it in Texas, That's real, man, kind of stuff. We're coming to Austin. We're about to leave. Aren't we, boy? Yeah. It's Monday.
These poor dogs.
It's 8 o'clock-ish. And we're coming. And so we'll see you soon. Real tension I have with you. Real fucking beef. Yeah. Real beef. It's a real fight, yeah. And there comes bearing you want to see.
See, he comes bearing a gift. This is the thing he was going to give to Joe Rogan. Now, what's in the box?
Just a little. I don't.
Okay, see, this is why most people missed it.
I might watch that. I wish if I can live stream, that's what we'll do from now on. We're getting in.
Okay. There was a gun in that box.
Cars
I think he's going to slow it down and show it.
Unraveling ourselves.
Fist bump, pound, lock it down.
Yeah, this is him and his fucking convoy heading to Austin to wage war against Rogan.
Now, because he's fucked up in the mind and he thinks all of us need to pay, right? I'm going to show you here on the screen something we missed. Look at that fucked up box, okay? I'm going to slow down this footage after I play it one time. Now look at it slowed down and look closely what's in that fucking box. It's a gun.
Does this, are some of you still going to pretend like, because I'm telling you, a lot of people are like, oh, he didn't do nothing wrong. There's no reason he should be in jail. Oh, what about the First Amendment and the free, it's like, the dude is ranting like a madman about how he's going to get payback against Rogan. I'm sure Rogan's people slowed this shit down to see what was in the box. And they probably knew he's coming with, when all of this is put together, and I'm sure Rogan's got a team whose job is to keep Rogan safe, who's been investigating and following closely the Liver King's actions. I'm sure they saw this. And then the police saw it, and that's where the terroristic probably that's where it gets to the level of getting a terroristic threat charge.
On top of cash, like he thinks he's in the fucking mob. I don't know what he was going to do with this fucking cash. But he took that box, okay? He says it's a present, a gift for Joe Rogan, and he takes it with him to Austin, Texas, while he's in the fucking hotel.
Family car, my boys, my queen, our dogs. We come bearing gifts.
See, that's his gift for Rogan, and it's got a gun inside. He was too fucking whacked out to even have the wherewithal to go, maybe I shouldn't open the box and show the gun inside. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that'll give away my fucking plan. Good thing he did.
Gifts for those that deserve it. See you here in a minute. That's how we do it in Texas. Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan. Oh, you forgot? Oh, you thought I was coming to you. Oh, I am coming to you.
This could have ended up so much worse. Like, imagine if he had got into well, I don't think he would have ever got close to Rogan. It would have taken an act of God for him to get close to Rogan. But just imagine, it could have been ugly.
Now, the reason, remember I was saying in my last video, I said the SWAT...
It's like, yeah, Rogan can fight him. Rogan could beat his ass. But it ain't nobody beating a fucking gun.
Team was out there all day for many hours because they were worried. This guy was fucked up in the head on drugs. They knew he had that gun, and I'm not confirming this, that he had even more guns and weapons in there. They wanted to make sure the scene wasn't going to turn worse before they got him, convinced him, right, like a scene out of the movie, to get his ass outside so...
He's in him in his gay Assassin's Creed outfit. Looks good.
They could take him to fucking jail. Now, how do I know all this shit, right? Well, when this was all going down, I had...
if you're not there to assassinate Joe Rogan, why are you dressed like you're there to assassinate Joe Rogan?
Communication through my sources.
It's just such a dumb look.
Of people that were on the scene during this whole fucking fiasco, okay? And saying that, in a future video, I'm gonna get former employees who don't work there anymore to share some of the stories so you guys can really know what happened.
Yeah, so if you guys want to know, honestly, I'm already subscribed. I'm enjoying this guy's work. So you got to follow him. He's going to have, this guy's like the best liver king reporter journalist out there.
In that sick liver bitch ranch in Texas, because I'm telling you right now, the shit that was going down over there, this fucker's probably gonna end up in a psycho ward.
Queen starts to tell me.
I think he should. That's exactly where he needs to go. He needs to go where they can diagnose him, figure out what's going on. Sometimes, you know, I've seen people in my family that have mental problems. Sometimes you get them the right medication. I know all medication's bad. Sometimes you get them the right medication, they're like a million times better. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. Or maybe you just got to get him off drugs. Whatever it is, like, he needs some serious help.
About this character, Johnny Bravado, or something. And she's like, yeah. And then she says something about Johnny Bravo. And she's like, yeah, he's responding. And I said, oh, good, that's good, that's good. And I said, you're not responding, right? And she said, yeah.
She told him he was on the list.
And I said, oh, Queen's probably don't have to do that.
It seems like she knows the plan.
Like him. And so then Queen, I said, hey, don't respond anymore to this guy, okay? And she's like, well, and I said, okay, just read me the last, whatever you said.
You're on that list too, you filthy piece of shit. I'm okay, maybe she didn't. It seems like she's fucking in on it, dude. And like somebody said, they might both be fucking methed out. That might explain it. Let's read the rest. Karma is already coming for you. This sounds like a threat to me.
That's whatever he said last.
You have never created value. Do you ride the wave of others? You have never created value. Do you ride the wave of others? Good English. Like my husband. Yeah, your husband created so much fucking value. Your husband, like, so much value. And now, like, he's made, like, the carnivore lifestyle look like a joke. Everybody that hates, like, the carnivore fucking influencers out there, they can all point to Liver King and be like, look, this is what happens if you eat just fucking meat. He hurt everything he wanted to fucking build up. If he really wanted to make people's lives better, which there is a lot of value in cutting out carbs and eating a healthy meat-based diet, you did the exact opposite of promoting that message. Now you made it look like a fucking bunch of kooks. Bunch of crazy kooks.
And then he tries to hide behind his doing bad. He tries to justify it with his title. He's an investigative reporter. That's what he is. So it's his job to take information that wasn't true to begin with. And it's his job. That's my job. As a real man that I am. I'm a real man, right? You gotta respect me, he says in the comments. You have to respect me. I'm a real man. And then you hide behind your fake metaphor of a title. I'm an investigative journalist. You got to respect me. It's my job. And then I told...
Anybody can be an investigative journalist, dude. You got to respect that. Anybody can do it. What does he need, a fucking, like, an ID to show you that says investigative journalist?
My wife, hey, you know what you should do? You should do one last comment. You should tell him, since he said what his job is, it's his job to do that, not to be a man or true to his principle of man, respect maybe another man, but he did his job, right? That's real proud. He's proud of that. We're not going to parent him, so why don't you just let him know he did a good job. Fist bump pound.
Guys, thanks for watching.
Okay, so yeah, that's the shit I missed. You know, I didn't see the gun. I saw the box. I was wondering, like, what the fuck is in this box? I never saw him open it. I don't even know if I watched the video, because the video of him opening it was before he got to Austin, and most of the videos I watched was from when he was in Austin. So, yeah. And he's still here. He's still posting videos. This one is, I kind of feel bad for these three people, okay? Let's just put it that way.
Getty's Texas, y'all.
This is him at Starbucks just harassing three random people. And I don't know. I just would not feel comfortable if I was either of these women with his probably very smelly armpits pointed right at my face. I imagine, I could be wrong. Maybe he smells fucking amazing. But I don't know, just looking at him, there's a sort of smell that my brain goes to when I look at him. I go, he sure looks like he smells like this. You know? I don't want to say what that thing is. Shit. But All right, anyways, keep going.
We're a friendly state, Texas. We're very friendly. We're at Starbucks. Can you say your name? Hunter? I'm Juan, dude. Any of you guys have Instagram?
Dude, people will do anything for the lowest level celebrities. Like, oh my God, I saw him on Instagram. Yeah, I know he just wanted to murder Joe Rogan, but let me take a picture and stay away, man. Stay away from this guy.
What's your handle?
Press forever.
I think the ankle bracelet is underneath his boot. I think it might even be right here. I see a little black thing.
Mine's just unknown.
That's the best one. Unknown. Fist bump, pound, lock that the fuck down, bro.
The guy's so embarrassed he doesn't even want to give his information so people can find him. Like, yeah, I'm not very proud to be here with you, so I'm not even going to tell people what my Instagram
What?
is.
Say your name again.
What?
But then your handle is
It's unknown.
unknown. So this is why that matters, because the name doesn't fucking matter. That's the ego. So your name should be like what you said. Your handle is unknown. Unknown. The message is what matters. What you stand for, principles.
So yeah, this is him in Texas, some small town in Texas, and then he tries to get him to say, like, I tipped you good, right? I tipped you before you even helped me. How much did I tip you? And I'm going to leave you all this money so that anybody that comes in gets free coffee. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, you're such a good dude.
Austin, here with my family. Fist bump, pound, locking it the fuck down.
This is 7 hours ago.
Primal.
Apparently his latest one is really crazy, reading the comments, but I didn't watch it. So I'm watching real time like you guys. Is he getting help yet? Is it getting better?
I said I'd make a lot of
better?
videos for a week. I've been doing that. And then I said I wouldn't after that.
Maybe he's got plans to go away and get some fucking help. Please, Liver King. For the love of God, get some fucking help.
And it hasn't been a week yet. It's been a few days. I've made a lot of videos. I mean what I say and I do what I say too.
There's the background music that he will use to copyright claim my video and anybody else reacting to this so he can take all their money. At least they have a good monetization strategy. I'll give them that.
And then I also have the right to change my mind.
Smash the like, guys. Smash
And
the
I have
like.
the right to then say that I have a new path and a new plan. And then I have the right after that to do whatever the fuck I want to do with my life. As long as it's good and true and as long as I honor the principles.
Is flying to another town to murder a celebrity that... Is that good and true? I don't think
Matter
it is.
most. I'm oriented. Got this compass. I might not make a lot of videos.
That's
for
a
the
good
next few
point. Colt
days.
C says, a hoodie in the summer in
got
Texas. He is really insane.
some
Fuck yes, he
family
is.
Matters that matter more
It's hot
to
as
me
fuck, if you don't know, in
than the
Texas
outside
right now.
world.
So he must smell really
So,
bad underneath that.
I might make videos,
What's up, Andrew?
but right now I'm going to give myself
Andrew
permission
Wilson
to release.
super chatted $5. Note to self. Don't mix, test, train and random raw animal parts.
Yeah. I'd say whatever he does, don't do.
Myself of the
Do the
commitment
complete
that I
opposite.
stated earlier. I'm going to make a lot of videos for a week,
Thank you for the
and then
butt
after
bro.
that I won't. I still am.
See, he keeps saying this. I'm going to make a bunch of videos, and then after that, I won't. Does that mean you're going to be dead? Or are you going to go away and get help? I hope it's the latter. I hope you're going to go away and get some help, brother. Because you still got kids that need you. I don't know about that crazy bitch wife. She probably needs to go away and get some help, too. But for the sake of your fucking kids, dude, go and get some help. Because that is kind of terrifying, because it could be the other one, which is he's not going to be here anymore. And I hope that's not it. It sure seems like he's planning some shit still to this day, because this is from earlier today.
Not going to make a lot of videos afterwards, but I might not make a lot of videos for the next few days because I have something that matters more. One word. Family.
Family.
King time.
This guy's been watching too much fucking Fast and the Furious.
Austin.
King time.
Here with my family.
King time.
And so when
Yeah,
motherfucking
apparently
pieces
he
of
had
shit
time to
try
do a
and
podcast.
unravel the gift that is my family, like the
Liver King, if you're watching me, come on my show. Come on, I have another studio. We'll set it up. We'll do an interview. As long as you promise not to murder me, we will do a podcast, all right? No guns. We're going to have to search you before. But I'm down. Let's do a podcast.
piece of fucking shit that tried to make a movie, and they called it the Untold Truth or something.
Yes, his mouth is blue.
That slimy fucking garbage piece of shit. The director,
I blame Alex Jones for that
say his
one.
name and deserves what he gets. What we should do to make him pay is boycott every fucking movie that he's ever made prior, and then every movie that he's ever going to make. Y'all should look up who made Liverking, the movie.
Thank you, Green Juice.
Green Juice Incorporated super chatted $10. I fell asleep watching the Liver King videos. Had an epic dream where I hired the king to clean my house for $100. He went nuts and attacked me with a 1-inch blade when he caught me watching Rogan.
You know, that dream is pretty believable, to be honest, man. That sounds like something that could happen. Yep. Thank you, Green Juice.
Director, and you should delete whatever you've downloaded from him, because he didn't he didn't tell the truth. And they're never going to get it by doing more destruction to people, lying to people, to try and... My family deserved better than the movie that was...
Bro, birds in a podcast where you're recording your podcast is not a good idea, okay? Maybe you're crazy too. That's just stupid, dude.
Made. My family's way better than the lies that have been shared, and so my family's received like that wherever we go. Who's seen the movie? And so
he's talking about the Netflix movie, and he's saying like it made his family look bad. You're the ones that agreed to shoot a bull and then run to it full speed with a knife, so that a big golden knife, by the way, so that you could cut its testicles off and then feed it raw to your son. You guys decided to do that on camera, okay? That wasn't a hidden camera. You made yourself look... This is his biggest problem. I mean, besides being batshit fucking insane, it's that he blames everybody else for his problems.
that's really why I wanted to do this podcast, is because that's not okay for my family. And so when motherfucker pieces of shit try and unravel the gift that is my family, like the piece of fucking shit that tried to make a movie and they called it the Untold Truth or something.
He's really
that
mad at
slimy fucking garbage piece of shit.
The Netflix people are on his list too.
His name and deserves what he gets. What we should do to make him.
Look, I thought it was a fantastic documentary that captured how fucking nuts this guy is. And at the end, they try to give it a happy ending where he was like, yeah, it's a whole new thing now. I admitted it. And like, it's a brand new, it's a whole new start. Things were going to go so great. Like they try to give him a happy ending. This should have been the ending right here to your stupid fucking Netflix documentary. The ending where you fucking go nuts and travel to Texas to murder Joe Rogan. That should have been the ending.
Pay is boycott every fucking movie that he's ever made prior, and then every movie that he's ever going to make. Y'all should look up who made Liverking, the movie, the director, and you should delete whatever you've downloaded from him, because he didn't he didn't tell the truth. And they're never going to get it by doing more. Maybe a small groundswell will say that he really is not a bad guy. He's an okay guy. He might have some interesting things that you might want to parse out and go deep with see if he's really full of shit, because that's what he's asking.
Is his last name O'Doyle? No, his last name is Johnson. Brian Johnson's his real name, if I remember right.
Can Liver King go on your podcast and it'd be called Joe tries to see if he's full of shit about anything? Absolutely anything.
His son seemed to have no problem eating it, so it seems like this is something they've been doing for a while, slaughtering cows and butchering them live and eating them right there in the dirt that it's slaughtered in. And then they go back 2 weeks later and have a ceremony on the dirt that the cow died in. They called it a bull. He said it was a bull. It didn't look like no fucking bull. It looked like a little bitch cow.
Well, because I made it public, because people asked me, I didn't know that it was a thing. I made that choice. She supported me through that.
If you have Netflix, after this show, don't leave this show. You have to watch this show. Go to Netflix and watch the documentary. It's worth it. Green Juice, you can't chat me
Green
666.
Juice
What are you, worshipping the devil?
Super chatted $6.66. Liver King makes Gary Busey sound like Socrates.
Gary Busey was much more with it than Liver King. Gary Busey just had a head injury that made him a little weird, but he was not at this level. That's an insult to Gary Busey, one of my favorite actors of all time.
Choice.
Thank you for the 666 Green Juice.
She feels, because of who I am and because of how I actually treat people, that it wasn't fair. And I told her that it's fine. It's one of the greatest gifts that I've ever had is to be called out like that. You can't ask for that kind of resistance, that kind of emotional resistance. You normally wouldn't ask for it, but the gift of being able to have it, to navigate through it.
We don't know what you're talking about, dude. You're a crazy person. Let's move on to the next one.
More plates, more dates guy. Unsubscribe to him and the vigorous other guy. And then everyone who unsubscribes, every single one, the millions, I'm going to donate the
yeah, you're going to get 1 million people to unsubscribe. Yeah, I'm sure.
exact amount to a charity that does good.
Okay,
And
that was an awkward pause.
I have a present for been trying to give him. I didn't
That's the box.
know the right time to give it to him.
It sounds like when he says, I got a present to give Joe Rogan, what he means is he's going to kill Joe Rogan. Okay? In my opinion, allegedly, that's the gist I'm getting after researching this, doing journalism on this for the last week.
More plates, more dates guy. Unsubscribe to him and the vigorous other.
All right, let's
The
go on.
world has wolves. And what's required of you, I didn't give it to you, but I'm going to call you a man. Bar mitzvah, happy sweet 16. We'll make shows out of it, and romanticize it, and we'll decorate it so much so the utility of what it actually was, the wisdom, why are we hurting so bad today, us men? How come we don't have direction? How come we don't have fulfillment? Why don't we have so much family? How come we think maybe the world would be better without us? How come we think that maybe that's an option? Maybe I'd take my own life. Maybe I'd take my own life and, rite of passage, that does something special for you. A rite of passage shows you that you did something. It was the hardest thing you've ever done. And if it wasn't, you didn't do it right. But it was the hardest thing you've ever done, barbarian. And now that you've come back, you realize you can do something that you thought you never could. You did it. You actually did it. You come back, and now your name is even different. The world has wolves.
Because somebody might say, oh, he lied, that kind of shit, and you've come clean on that. That doesn't discount anything else that's happened before that. It doesn't discount a single fucking thing that you've taught prior to that. What are you going to say?
It actually does in reality. When you push something like his primal lifestyle or whatever, and it turns out it was all built on a fucking lie, yeah, it kind of ruins everything you did before.
You call it a snake.
Even the good things you did, the good things you said, the actual facts you shared. Fuck it. It's all out the window now.
Snake oil salesman. Sunlight is snake oil? Fucking cold therapy snake oil? What are we doing here? You think liver's snake oil? Look at the fucking micronutrient profile in organ meat. Come on. So I just say this.
Yeah, but maybe you should try, I don't know, cooking it as just an idea, It's like you want to do the things our ancestors did. Well, our ancestors did discover fire. And at a certain point, they did start cooking our meats. And I think it's believed that when we started cooking our meats, we actually got more benefit out of what we were eating than eating it fucking raw. I think you get more nutrients when you actually cook your food. But I don't know if I'm wrong here. But if you're going to go back and live the way our primal ancestors wanted to lived, maybe pick the point in time where they had fire and they actually cooked their food and copy that time. Don't go back to when they were eating shit raw. Eating shit raw is just, now to me, it pisses me off because I have helped my health big time by cutting down carbs, eating more meat, eggs, shit that's high in nutrition and getting rid of the bullshit. So there is something to that message. But then people like this grift on a message, lie their ass off so they can make a fucking ton of money, and they basically make it to where now people aren't going to believe that message.
Because it's been frustrating for me on the sidelines witnessing the modern witch hunt. Because somebody might say oh, he lied, that kind of shit, and you've come clean on that. that doesn't discount anything else that's happened before that. It doesn't discount a single fucking thing that you've taught prior to that. What are you going to say? You call a snake oil salesman, sunlight is snake oil? Fucking cold therapy snake oil? What are we doing here? You think liver's snake oil? Look at the fucking micronutrient profile.
I'm done. That
Yeah, I'm on
fake
the
Joe
road.
Rogan.
Heading to you, Joe Rogan.
Holy shit! This is from 2 hours ago. I haven't seen this, and he's still on his Joe Rogan. Why haven't they arrested him for violating his fucking restraining order at this point?
You fucked up. The Liver King cells have been activated all across the country. And here I come from North Carolina, straight to your punk ass.
Oh, this is
Joe
somebody
Rogan.
else. Is this somebody? He posted just a random video of somebody else.
You're a trained black belt. I've got no...
This is his friend Cory Clay. Okay, yeah. This guy's just trying to get clicks. Obviously, he's not going to
Let's
Rogan.
see if I can do this back. Okay, it's
Do not try to go to Rogan, all right? No matter how fucking crazy you are, don't do it, okay? The worst thing that could happen is that you might actually get to him, and then you're gonna be, 6 feet under pretty quickly. All right, so get that shit out of your head, you fucking crazy people.
Cory
Jesus
Clay
Christ.
just left me a message. It was freestyle to rap battle.
Yeah, I'm not coming to you, Rogan. I'm staying
Andrew
home.
Wilson super
I'm
chatted
staying home. I ain't
$2.
crazy like
Wait
that.
till he finds out about Rogan.
That's probably maybe he's seen too many of my cuts of Rogan. He thinks like Rogan's a fucking murdering and eating his guests. That would be funny, but I doubt it. I think he's just mad because Rogan is another one of these guys that called out his lies, and he's got a whole hit list of people that he feels has ruined his life and his family's life when it was him who did it to himself. Thank you for the $2, Andrew.
Cory Clay, the old name was what was it? Dirty B. Dirty B. It's a rap battle. Chipper chattel, tittle chatter, chipper chatter, chitter chatter. Can't think no time.
It's getting worse.
King time, look at me rhyme. Here we go. You're talking about Joe Rogan, not me. No harm to do to he. He barely, not a real man can stand.
It's getting worse. He's literally getting crazier every fucking hour.
Proud, honorable, a fight. That's what
Liver King, you watching? How you doing, bro? Get some fucking help for your family, okay? Go get some help, bro. A lot of us, we're talking shit, but we do want to see you get help. All right? Go get some help if you're watching this, Liver King. Go right now to your closest doctor, closest facility that has some sort of doctor who can figure out what the fuck's wrong with you. And if you know what's wrong with you because, say, you've got a meth addiction or something like that, then go to a fucking rehab, dude. All right? The problem is you, dude. Not Joe Rogan, not fucking more plates, more dates. You are the problem. You need to get help.
I demand.
And I doubt he's watching, but somebody said he's watching. So just in case, because I think people don't realize how people like this. I would too. If somebody was making a video on me, I'd fucking watch it. So there's a good likelihood Liver King might watch this video. I'm from San Antonio, Liver King. I'm a little bit younger than you, I think. But it's possible we could have ran into each other at some time. Back before you were crazy. Go get some help, bro. Seriously.
That's what I demand. I can challenge you to a fight. I can withstand. I can demand. I can go deep. Creep. My name's Joe Rogan. I'm the big bully. I can talk shit about anybody. But anybody, as a real man, as a king, sometimes it'll sting. He'll punch back, fight back, challenge you to.
Sometimes you talk bad about a crazy person and they go full fucking. Who's the guy that shot the Beatles singer John Lennon? Who shot John? What was that guy's name? Anyway, they go full that,
Fight any day, any night.
You want to be famous? Not at Joe Rogan's level. Being famous and rich is kind of cool, but at Joe Rogan's level, I don't know. Maybe it's still cool, but you got to worry about just crazy people who want to kill you because you're on their screen.
Always ready, never retreat. Got doggy treats for axe and mace. A real mace. Choose your weapon, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's lost
any
it.
Weapon, any choice.
He's fucking lost it.
You already lost. So did I. Because I would die. And I will. It's a dream. It's a dream come true. It's a rap battle. Has nothing to do with Joe Rogan. He wasn't hurt in the process. Nobody was hurt.
Release me of that gift and that guilt. I'll sift and I'll silt. Sift and I'll silt. I'll hurt and I'll bleed and I'll cry and I'll die and I'll fly and I'll reinvent and I'll get bigger and stronger and do all of the liver king. I make fire. Every heart's desires, the passion that I scream, that I...
He's getting worse. This is definitely, he's getting worse. I remember somebody said that, like, it's usually every day, like, he starts off kind of okay in the morning, but then by the end of the day, it's just more insane. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe whatever drug he's doing throughout the day, by the end of the day, this is what you get. So maybe he's not getting worse. Maybe this is just every day, the end of every day after he's already, you know, I don't know, meth the fuck out. Just a theory. I don't know. Some people think it's meth. I don't know.
Bury and bleed. It's my family. You ever heard of family? It's warm. It's fucking cozy as fuck. It's warm. There's a fire. Liar, 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 liar.
Single mode. I know you don't. Maybe like just single mode says. I just want to know what he's on. Look, it would be interesting. You know, if experimenting occasionally with shit is okay. At this level where you're doing it every day, like I would like to know too. I would like to know, but yeah, I'm not going to do meth. But if you want to know because you want to do what he's on, just know this is a possibility of where it could lead to.
Oh, look at the sun. Look at the sun. Don. The name never mattered. Always the message. Embarrassed, probably a horrific freestyle. Cory gets the first one. Cory gets the first one. Won, win, lose.
Is Cory another person on his list? Is that somebody that helped make Netflix? I don't know. It's so hard to understand what this guy's saying. That's why you need people like Johnny Bravo who speak liverking, and then you got to go back and like listen to everything he said and like really scrutinize the words so you can kind of figure out what he's saying. But in real time, it's so fucking hard, dude. It's just like in one ear and out the other.
It don't matter. Pitter patter, chitter chatter. King time.
Did you just say pitter patter, chitter chatter? King time. Get some help, bro. Get some help. There was even somebody that like found him. So, you IRL streamers, you need to do this. You need to go find where he's at and go interview him. This is just, it's gold. It's free money. So, yeah, somebody just came up to him and started interviewing him.
It's just not responsible as a man to do what's next. So I'm tucking my tail, I'm retreating. Joe Rogan gets a point, a really excellent point. You get that point. That's what you did.
And this is before the latest ones we saw. This is from earlier today. So earlier in the day, he's thinking like, okay, I'm probably going to go back home. I'm done with this. And then later in the day, he's back to wanting to kill Rogan. Wilford, thank you, Wilford.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. Liver King is basically a homely Tim Lamisis.
I don't know who Tim Lamisis is. I'm going to have to look that up. Thank you, Wilford.
I'm still inviting you, Joe, after this fight, to have dinner with my family, and to get to know your family.
Don't do it, Joe. I'm sure he's going to accept your invitation, bro, to bring his family around your crazy fucking ass, dude. Yeah, this I don't know. It does seem like he gets crazier every day as the day goes on.
And it's just a principle. It's hard to debate a principle that's indivisible is the principle. King time.
It's indivisible is the principle. Did you know that? Did you know the principle is indivisible? If you don't know what that means, what are you, dumb?
All right, guys.
Thank you for your interview, sir.
Yeah, brother. Anyone want to? Look, I don't mean to be hurt or anything. Y'all wanted to get.
Anybody want a picture now?
Critical Drone Service super chatted $1.46.
Get a picture with Liver King.
Please make a Ping Tiao 1p super cut from these videos.
Oh, the fucking automatic voice can't even say ping trip? Just spell ping trip with an I so it says it right. Jesus. You don't understand one is an I? Robot voice? I'll try, man. Maybe I'll think about it. Thank you for the $2, brother.
Picture, and I'm not suggesting.
There's a lot of other things I'd rather make before this.
Anyone wants to get a picture, but I'm not going to hang out because my family's waiting. If anyone wants to get a picture, let's fucking get a picture because I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge before I get legitimately arrested.
And people want a picture. People are so fucking pathetic. The end of that, he's like, I'm getting out of Dodge before I legitimately get arrested. So he's thinking more in his right mind right now than he was later in the day. Oh yeah, there were some other ones. I think where he's like talking about Joe Rogan's family.
Maybe
Lie.
The almighty, powerful Son. Thank you, God, for right now. Santa Cruz, my boys like to follow you. They say that you're doing some good.
That's not the one. Where's the one he talks about Rogan's family? He might have actually removed it. That's probably a good idea if he removed it. You got to stop talking about Rogan's family. So yeah, that's the latest on the Liver King. Let me see if he's hopefully at this point he's getting help, but I doubt it. Yeah, that's the last of the Liver King, dude. So this video, I'd like to thank John Bravo because he caught so many things that I missed, like him having a gun. So yeah, it is seeming more like he really was going to Austin to do some really, really dark shit. And thank God he got stopped because again, like I said the last time, we cannot afford anything to happen to Rogan. All right? I mean, there's so many careers that rely on Rogan at this point. Like, please, we need that dude to live to like 100 and to be in good shape and still doing podcasts the whole time. So let's catch up with some of the other shit that's going on. I played this the other day. Remember Bernie was talking so much shit about Trump suing media outlets? We'll play this so you can catch up on it.
Was the poll incorrect?
Yeah, the poll was wrong. So what?
What about the conversation that they had with Kamala Harris where they edited the answers that she had?
60 Minutes has a sterling reputation for investigative journalism.
That's not investigative journalism if you change someone's answer.
He got on here.
If you ask her a question and she comes with a rambling answer that doesn't make sense and you edit that out.
Suing media has the impact of intimidating media.
No, but it's not that. It's deceptive editing.
I don't know.
You give people a different perception of who this candidate is than reality. But that's not objective journalism. Would you agree with that?
I don't know that I agree with your analysis of it.
I think that's universally accepted that that's what they did.
Then the impact is clearly intimidation. He wants to defund public broadcasting. Why is that? Because they also would run critical stories of him.
They say things that are...
maybe the government shouldn't be funding media. That seems like a problem to me. Maybe we get the government out of the media business, right? That sounds good.
Defamatory and factually incorrect. What other course does a person have other than a lawsuit?
I don't think that it is appropriate to be intimidating media.
Okay, so, yep, let's see if old Bernie has anything to say to Gavin Newsom now.
I just filed a lawsuit against Fox News for lies, for deceit, for misrepresentation. Enough of their lies. We'll see them in court.
I'm consistent. You sue the fuck out of them, Gavin Newsom, and then in court, hopefully the truth comes out, and if they lied about you, great. I'm consistent. I want to see these lying fucking media outlets sued by everybody. Let's see if Bernie's consistent. But yeah, you're just intimidating them, Newsom. You're just intimidating them. I wonder if he knew Newsom was going to file this lawsuit like 2 days after he fucking says that shit. Joe, settle down, Joe.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. Never trust a guy who had no job until age 43.
Is that Newsom? That wouldn't surprise me if that was Newsom. Or no, that was Bernie, right? Bernie didn't have a job until 43. They got it made now, man. I mean, God, it must be so nice to be a senator. Like the way they get taken care of for life too. Like once you retire, the healthcare benefits, like they sure do vote for shit when it helps them. Oh, so yeah, a lot of people are talking about this today. Trump, birthright citizenship. It looks like they're trying to get rid of it. It looked like the Supreme Court made a decision to get rid of it. I don't think it's completely going to be, like, it's not set in stone at this point. I think there's still shit that can happen, but let's see. To be honest, I mean, there is a problem where people come to the country just to have kids so that they can become, their kids can become citizens and they have a way of staying here. So it's abused. So I understand. I know it's unpopular for a lot of people, but I understand. And I think the way it's going to work is if your parents are citizens, then you're a citizen. If your parents aren't citizens and they just come here and have and the wife has a baby, tough shit. They're citizens of the country of your parents are from. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but maybe it can end some of this fucking abuse that is going on with our immigration system.
Thanks for this decision, and thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birth.
Is that what it is, single mode? If your mother is a citizen? Is that yeah, I don't know all the details, so that could be right, could be wrong. I don't know, but that's what single mode says.
Birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves, and it's so clean and so obvious. But this lets us go there and finally win that case, because hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into our country under birthright citizenship, and it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the babies of slaves.
The babies of slaves. I didn't know that. As him getting mad at This is, reporter asked an incredibly idiotic question. Who would enforce birthright citizenship? Would it be nurses and doctors? I don't think, what do you mean? I don't know. You either are a citizen or you're not. I think if what this guy's saying, I said earlier, if your mother is a citizen, then you're a citizen. I guess you just need, but like if your parents, if your dad, why not if your dad's a citizen? To me, if either one of your parents is a citizen, then you should be able to be a citizen. I guess. I don't know. The Supreme Court is the one that's going to work this out, I think.
And a question for both the President and the Attorney General. Under birthright citizenship, if this is implemented, who would be tasked with actually vetting citizenship? And how, like, would this be a situation where you have nurses and doctors checking for citizenship of parents? Or
this is all pending litigation. It's going to be decided in October by the Supreme Court, and we'll discuss that after the litigation.
If you have an undocumented baby, would that baby then be an enforcement priority?
You gotta go. First of all, no. Well, I mean, if the parents come over illegally, yeah, they should all get removed. If you broke the law and you didn't come in through the proper process, if you have a baby here, then yeah, the parents and the baby should all be removed. And in a perfect world, the people coming here and having babies should be here legally, and they should be perfectly fine as long as they do their paperwork and they're allowed to remain here. All right? And there should be a pathway to citizenship for people that come in legally and don't do anything wrong. There should be a pathway to citizenship for those people. But we really got to fix the system so we're only getting the people we really want. The people that we want to become Americans, who are offering something and not just taking.
The violent criminals in our country are the priority now. Let me put it in perspective. Today marked the 2,711th arrest in our country of TDA members, just TDA.
Hey, Pam, Epstein files. What happened to those, Blondie? Oh, I'm sorry, Bondi? That'd be nice. Okay, sorry.
Everyone in this room agrees they are one of the most violent criminal organizations in the world. And the Biden administration let them walk into our country for the last 4 years. 2,711 of them today have been arrested in our country. That is the priority of Donald Trump. That is the priority of this country, of Homeland Security, of all of our lawyers, of FBI. That's the priority. That will be discussed in October when the Supreme Court hopefully rules in our favor, and we're very confident of that. But you should all feel safer now that President Trump can deport all of these gangs, and not one district court judge can think they're an emperor over this administration and his executive powers and why the people of the United States elected him.
I don't know. She seems a little hysterical. You know, just you can own them without seeming like you're about to cry. You know, she seems like she's about to cry. So MSNBC, let's see what they got to say.
Hi there, everyone. Happy Friday. It's 4 o'clock in the East. Quote, an existential threat to the rule of law.
Happy Friday, guys.
Rarely has the liberal wing of the United States Supreme Court sounded as alarmed about the direction of the country and the court. as it does right now. The justices referring to the decision handed down today by the Supreme Court in the Birthright citizenship case. In a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court curbed the ability of lower court judges to issue nationwide injunctions.
That's a good one. I like that.
Now, those are basically rulings.
Got too many activist judges. You know, you can deny it all you want, but we have activist judges who are not ruling on the law. They're ruling on their fucking political beliefs. And that's a problem.
That stop things, illegal things, rulings that block policies from going into place nationwide. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett, writing for the conservative majority, said that nationwide injunctions are an overreach of judicial power. And she writes this, quote, when a court concludes that the executive branch has acted unlawfully, the answer is not for the court to exceed its power too. Now, the judges didn't rule on the substance of all this. They didn't render a decision on the merits of Donald Trump's decision to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. Instead, what the court did today was to rule on the process piece of this. They ruled that judges can only issue decisions or rulings that deliver relief for the group of people involved, for the people who sued, the plaintiffs, and that they could not block that policy from going into effect nationwide for anyone else who might be affected by the policy. Here's how Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson puts it, quote, the court's decision to permit the executive to violate the Constitution with respect to anyone who has not yet sued is an existential threat to the rule of law. It is important to recognize that the executive's bid to vanquish so-called universal injunctions is, at bottom, a request for this court's permission to engage in unlawful behavior. It is worth noting nationwide injunctions have been imposed to stop policies from pretty...
Yeah. It's being abused. Maybe if you fuckers didn't abuse it, then they wouldn't be doing anything, but you abused it, and now the Supreme Court stepping in and going, this is being abused. It's pretty obvious to me it's being abused. You guys lost to Trump, and your next step to try to stop him, and from him doing and initiating the shit that he wants to initiate, is you're trying to stop him through the courts. This shouldn't work that way. Shouldn't work that way. Yeah, but again, I'm an idiot, so what do I know? So I'm going to let Viva Frey talk about it. This is the shit that Viva is very good at, and Viva's going to break it down. And he's a lawyer and all that shit, so he knows what he's talking about, unlike me.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, depending on when you're watching this. As of today, there has been arguably, but not arguably, one of the biggest W's, that is internet speak for wins, of the Trump administration, a decision that has been long awaited, coming down from the Supreme Court of these United States of America, dealing with indirectly birthright citizenship, but they haven't gotten to the merits of that yet. More directly, nationwide injunctions. For those of you who may not know, Donald Trump issued an executive order not so long ago about birthright citizenship and how it should only be extended to people who were lawfully here in the country, or I should say, whose parents were lawfully here in the country, and not to illegals, people who are here unlawfully, or people who came into the country for example, birth tourism. And he issued this executive order, which subsequently got put on a hold by a nationwide injunction by a lower court federal judge. But if you don't know what that executive order read as, let's have a look at it, shall we? This is the executive order protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. And you skip down to the paragraph where it talks about among the categories of individuals born in the United States and not subject to the jurisdiction thereof, because the argument here was that citizenship would apply to people who were born in the United States by naturalized citizens or people who were in the country subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Section 1, purpose, the privilege of United States citizenship is a priceless and profound gift. The 14th Amendment states, quote, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That's the key point. We'll get back to it. Are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, end quote. That provision rightly repudiated the Supreme Court in the United States' shameful decision in Dred Scott versus Sanford, 60 U.S. 1857, which misinterpreted the Constitution as permanently excluding people of African descent from eligibility for United States citizenship based solely on race. We'll come back to that in a second, but let's just understand how Trump sought to clarify birthright citizenship for the purpose purposes of this executive order, he wrote, among the categories of individuals born in the United States and not subject to the jurisdiction thereof, the privilege of the United States citizenship does not automatically extend to persons born in the United States. 1, when the person's mother was unlawfully present in the United States and the father was not a United States citizen or lawful permanent resident at the time of said person's birth. Or 2, when the person's mother's presence in the United States at the time of said person's birth was lawful but temporary, such as but not limited to visiting the United States under the auspices of a visa waiver program or visiting on a student, work, or tourist visa.
I mean, that makes sense to me. That does. What's wrong with that?
Visa, and the father was not a United States citizen or lawful permanent resident at the time of said person's birth. Now, why is this so important? Birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment was intended to give to the slaves and the children of slaves citizenship by saying that if they were here subject to the jurisdiction of America, that slaves would be recognized as citizens and the children of slaves would be recognized as citizens. How that got expanded into applying to illegals, people who are here illegally or not lawfully, or people who are engaging in birth tourism, is that people said subject to the jurisdiction thereof means anybody who's in America at any point in time. Not so, said Trump, through the argument raised by John Eastman presented in this executive order, which was subsequently put on.
I'm surprised they're getting this through. I thought this would never get through. I thought there's no way they're going to get rid of birthright citizenship, but it looks like they're fucking got a good argument for why we shouldn't have it.
Told by a lower federal court that issued a nationwide injunction enjoining the enforcement of that executive order, meaning that Trump could not enforce that executive order until today. And by the way, don't take my word for it. Take AI overview because it's kind of an interesting thing here. Birthright citizenship in the United States granting automatic citizenship.
John McCarter, we're all voting for you for president, but we need to know, John, when you become president, are you going to get rid of birthright citizenship, John, or are you going to keep it? It's an important question we need to know, John.
To nearly everyone born on U.S. soil was firmly established by the 14th Amendment in 1868, primarily to counteract and overturn the Dred Scott versus Sanford decision of 1857. The Dred Scott decision famously ruled that African Americans, regardless of their status as freed or enslaved, could not be U.S. citizens, effectively denying them the rights and protections afforded by citizenship. And for those of you who are new to the channel, you will know that Dred Scott, as per the opinion of my esteemed colleague Robert Barnes, goes down as one of the most awful decisions ever issued by the Supreme Court. Today's decision is juicy in the infighting that seems to be happening at the Supreme Court. It's taken us a while to get this decision, and Robert Barnes was saying the longer it takes to issue this decision, the more you know that there is substantial, meaningful, substantive disagreement among the Supreme Court justices. And my goodness, it's a 6-3 decision, the 3 dissenting opinions being the liberals. But holy cows, do the majority lay in to Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court justice who issued the sole written dissent. And my goodness, when you hear what they say about KBJ, you would not want to be KBJ today. Hey, listen to what I say. I like to eat hay by the bay. Do what I say. It's from Happy Gilmore.
Okay,
here's
Viva.
what they had to say. Now, I posted this on.
Okay, Viva. What are we doing? You sounded like Liver King.
Stream super chatted $4.99 instead of a purge like the movie. Let's not only enforce this, can we also deport people that were given citizenship improperly since 1857?
Does it have to go all the way back to 1857? That's going to be hard to prove. I'd say anybody that we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt should never, by the law, by the Constitution, not, yeah, I'd say, but that number going back is probably a little too far, 1857. I don't know if we can go back that far, but I get what you're saying, and I do agree in principle.
On Twitter earlier today, this is the highlighted part where they address Ketanji Brown Jackson's dissent and the Supreme Court.
Yeah, since I'm interrupting, guys, almost at 100. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up and you're enjoying the show, don't smash it, actually. Just gently touch it. Be nice to the thumbs up. Don't be mean to it, but gently touch it. And yeah, if you want to support, there's memberships and all that shit in the description, and you can send super chats. Let's go.
Court writes, we got to start on the paragraph above the highlighted section. No one disputes that the executive has a duty to follow the law, but the judiciary does not have unbridled authority to enforce this obligation. In fact, sometimes the law prohibits the judiciary from doing so, and they reference the Marbury decision, which is critical here, concluding that James Madison had violated the law, but holding that the court lacked jurisdiction to issue a writ of mandamus ordering him to follow it. But see dissenting Jackson Jackson, if courts do not have the authority to require the executive to adhere to law universally, compliance with law sometimes becomes a matter of executive prerogative. Observing the limits on judicial authority, including, as relevant here, the boundaries of the Judiciary Act of 1789, is required by a judge's oath to follow the law. And here is the beautiful part highlighted. Justice Jackson skips over that part because analyzing the governing statutes involves boring, quote, legalese, end quote. Post at 3, she seeks to answer, quote, a far more basic question of enormous practical significance. May a federal court...
It's kind of funny, like a lawyer talking law speak. It almost sounds as crazy to me as liverking. Just like, what? I got to watch it again and listen again.
In these, zooming out, United States of America order the executive to follow the law, end quote. In other words, it is unnecessary to consider whether Congress has constrained the judiciary. What matters is how the judiciary may constrain the executive. Justice Jackson would do well to heed her own admonition, quote, everyone from the president on down is bound by law, end quote. That goes for judges too. Oh! But as if that wasn't enough of a smackdown from the majority to the dissent, KBJ, Jack Posobiec posted a tweet, and it's a thing of beauty as well. Another section. The principal dissent focuses on conventional legal terrain, like the Judiciary Act of 1789 and on our cases on equity. Justice Jackson, however, chooses a startling line of attack that is tethered neither to these sources nor, frankly, to any doctrine whatsoever. In other words, she basically just makes it all up and simplifies the question to one that is not based in law and one that gives the judiciary absolute oversight over the executive. But if you thought that was bad, wait until you have to hear what Amy Coney Barrett had to say about Ketanji Brown Jackson's dissent. It is a judicial smackdown. Page 23, we will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself. We observe only this: Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. Now, you have to understand just how beautiful that phrase is. Justice Jackson says we can't have an I
understood that point.
Control rogue executive. We need the judiciary to rein them in. When ACB Amy Coney Barrett turns that argument entirely on its head and says, yeah, you don't want to have executive rule over the country. You want to empower judicial rule over the executive, even when the judicial never had the power to enjoin the executive to do anything. So yeah, I wouldn't want to be Ketanji Brown Jackson today or any day.
They don't care about any of that, though. They just care about how do they get power, and they're going to use whatever tool they can, even if they're not using it properly, to try to get themselves back in power and to shut down, their political opponents.
For that matter, a woman who can't identify what a woman is no woman for me. But if you had any lingering doubts on how monumental this decision was, wait until you hear what Stephen Miller has to say.
Viva, you're smart as hell, but you got to dumb this down for us dummies, okay? Okay, you talk too fast. I'm too dumb to keep up. You're too fast, and you gotta reword everything and like we're children. Okay, then maybe I'll understand.
It's a thing of beauty. But before you even do that, if you are still watching and you haven't subscribed, liked, shared, dropped a comment in the comment section, I don't know what I have to do to.
Viva's cool. Viva's a friend of mine, but not like a friend, but internet friend. So yeah, I know people are talking shit about him defending Nick Rekieta. We're not all perfect. Okay. None of us are perfect.
Make that happen. Viva Fry on Rumble, the Viva Fry on Twitter, vivabarneslaw.locals.com for the best above average law community out there. Robert Barnes and I will be talking about this Sunday night during the Viva and Barnes Law Extravaganza for the people. You know what to do, people, but listen to Stephen Miller talk about this decision and the impact it will have on Trump's presidency going forward. It is a big fat W heading into the weekend. Enjoy. Peace out, peeps. Yeah, I sort of also forgot the one-line summary. The Supreme Court did not ratify the executive order.
That's a pretty neat way to add in, show that while you're editing it, that you're adding something as you're editing. That's pretty interesting.
And say that it's enforced throughout the nation in perpetuity. What it said was that the executive, the president, has a strong likelihood of success on the merits, and that the lower courts don't have the authority to issue nationwide injunctions to enjoin the executive to do anything. It goes back for a hearing on the merits, but this is...
It's basically, I think, at the end of the day, it's whether or not the people actually have any control anymore. Right? Like, if you can't vote in a president, and then that president gets in and can make radical changes that you voted for, then how else do we fucking get change done? Locally, yeah, but at the federal level, at that point, the president is fucking useless.
A wild, smashing success.
Yeah, John's okay hit an audio stream. He's going to be running for president here soon. And we've all agreed to vote for him. He's going to be the greatest president of all time, Hypnotio. Okay?
For the reasons that Stephen Miller is going to say, right?
I hate how to explain John to all the new people. It's like, if you've been watching these shows, you would know who John is. John's very popular, and he's... Everybody that's a regular of this show knows who John is, okay? All right?
Now.
If you keep watching, you will learn.
Chuck Schumer is cheering for district court tyranny. Chuck Schumer doesn't want to win a national election. Chuck Schumer wants to be able to install a single district court judge in a far left community to make decisions for the whole country. That is authoritarianism. That is fascism. That is not freedom. That is not American.
Yeah, Doge Holder, the weed still being a legal thing. There is a possibility. I'm hearing people from the right that are like pushing for it. So Trump's even hinted about it. To me, if you want to take the wind out of the sails of the Democrats, of course, take over the mantle of legalizing it and then actually fucking legalize it. You will win more voters legalizing weed than probably anything else. Yeah, you might lose some dumb fucking old school Republicans like Dan Patrick, but you'll gain so many new fucking voters. You just wait and see, dude. It's a no-brainer.
Democracy. Let's talk about birthright citizenship. After the Civil War, Congress and America came together to ensure freedom for the children of slaves. Not the children of illegal aliens, the children of slaves. If you go to the UN today, the United Nations, you have diplomats from all over the world. None of their babies become automatic American citizens. Why? Because they're subject to the jurisdiction of a foreign country. Their allegiance is to a foreign country. Their citizenship is to a foreign country. Illegal aliens are no different, in fact worse, because illegal aliens are expressly forbidden from even being on our soil. Their allegiance is to a foreign land. They're under the jurisdiction of a foreign nation. Their children are not U.S. citizens, and the Supreme Court has now cleared the way for us.
This is a good point he's making.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2.
Oh,
Obama ran on legal
don't even get
weed
me
in
started
both
on that.
2008 and 2012.
That's what made me change my I liked Obama 2008. I'm sorry, I know 2008 he ran the campaign he ran in 2008 to become his first presidency. That was a brilliant campaign, and he was totally different than the Obama that actually became president. And I remember everybody thinking, oh, finally we're going to legalize weed. And then they started, this might be a long story because I'm trying to remember it all. He started a website, I think it's change.org or whatever, where everybody could go put in ideas for changes they'd like to see made to the government. And then other people would vote on it. And then whatever got the most votes, Obama would address it. Well, what do you think ended up at the top? Legalizing weed had the most votes. And then I remember him coming on and like making fun of everybody for wanting to legalize weed and just basically blew it off. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess you're just the same as everybody else, dude. And yeah, he did end up being exactly the same, except way worse.
Us to restore the actual.
So it would be insane if Trump was the one that legalized it. And I think we probably the best chance we have right now. Because politically, the Republicans need to wake the fuck up. Politically, you need to be pro-legalization of marijuana. You need to. It's stupid to not be. Like Dan Patrick's over here trying to make THC products illegal. No one supports that fucking guy anymore. He just made sure the only people that support him are old ass neocon Christian evangelical types. God bless them, but they're not going to be around very long. Dan Patrick, you fucking idiot.
Meaning of the United States Constitution and the idea that this
no one needs weed. No one needs weed. Green Juice Incorporated. Some people, it does make their lives better, but anybody can live without it and anybody can quit. It's pretty easy to quit. These people who get super addicted to weed, it's like, dude, it's like in your head mostly. I've had to quit so many times, and like the worst side effect I get from quitting is that my dreams get fucking crazy. Big deal.
Special privilege does not belong to illegal.
Yeah, Trump, when he was campaigning, there was a talk about him that he was going to legalize it. So it would not surprise me if they went through, because a lot of Republicans are on the freedom side. They're like, this is bullshit. The government can't tell me to smoke weed. This is just more government overreach. So it would make sense that the Republicans would be the one to get rid of it if they really believed in the shit they preach, you know?
Aliens and their children. I'll make one more point about democracy. Chuck Schumer and the Democrat Party presided over the invasion of this country, violating our immigration laws, violating our sovereignty, violating our Constitution. And now they're relying on a handful of district court judges to cement that invasion. Americans showed up at the polls in overwhelming numbers to repel that invasion, to put Donald Trump back in the White House. With today's action, the Supreme Court has said that President Trump can fully deliver on the mandate the American people gave him in November.
I think that's very well said, dude. That explains it, basically. Like, yeah. It's a good way to end this bullshit. We need to start getting Americans, all Americans, to have 3 fucking kids, okay? And we need to stop relying on immigration, only legal immigration. Here's the thing that the left likes to fuck with and kind of pollute the message. It's like, most of us are for people coming to this country. We want good people to come to this country. Bring your expertise, bring your money, spend it legally. I'm all for people coming into this country, immigrants coming to this country, but they need to come legally. Obviously, they need to be vetted, not have any criminal record, and have the money to be able to move to this country and live here and not need any government support. And then at that point, if you have some skill to offer that we need, come on in, man. Come on in. Oop. What's next here? So yeah, what do you think? Does she like this new decision or does she not like it? What do you think, boys? Just from looking at her, what do you think?
The Supreme Court just upheld Trump's ban on birthright citizenship.
John, you sweet boy, stay away from the Liver King, all right? You don't have to stop Liver King. He's gonna stop himself, John.
The 14th Amendment of the United
Shout out
States
to John. Everybody, tell
Constitution
John hello.
States that
How you
anyone
doing,
born
John?
here is an American citizen and afforded all rights as such. The United States Constitution and our highest court of the land literally just voted that he can continue this ban of birthright citizenship. If this doesn't...
You mean he can restore the original immigration laws according to the Constitution before we amended them so that we can help black people become citizens, right? If I'm understanding right.
Doesn't terrify you, outrage you, and make you want to protest and call all of your representatives, I have no idea what will. It is blatant in our Constitution. And do not come at me with the undocumented immigrant argument. Anyone that looks like...
That's blatant in the Constitution. Sure it is.
...me, you weren't here first.
Actually, I trust the Supreme Court to make that decision a lot more than your dumbass, okay? Okay.
You are an immigrant. This should outrage everybody. The more and more that he can just change the Constitution as he pleases, the more that we lose our democracy and the more that...
He's not changing the Constitution, dumbass.
We lose America. The Supreme Court...
Yeah, she's, stay away from her, boys. I know a lot of you could fall for that bullshit. All it takes is some blonde hair and a little bit of makeup, and we all fall for the bullshit. All right, let's have some fun. Let's hit up some random shit. Why are we letting children run podcasts? What's going on here? This child should be not running a podcast. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't a child, but he looks like he's 13 fucking years old. Is he even old enough to have a YouTube account at this point? Like, what's going on?
Sorry that I have anxiety. Okay, and honestly, yeah, it is kind of the fault of people like you that want to come up here and bully and berate me over something that I don't do. Okay, so cut the shit. It's not a vape. All right, it's an anxiety pin. And God,
you probably, if you need an anxiety pen, you probably shouldn't be having a podcast. And if you do, maybe you should not read the chat. Maybe you should have somebody else read the chat. Okay. Because part of what comes with having a podcast, little boy, young man, is people are going to fuck with you and they're going to talk shit about you. And you know, you got to be able to take that. This is why children should not have podcasts.
God, the amount of times that I've asked you to respect me and respect my anxiety pin is...
Respect my anxiety pin. What if I said that? Would all of you unsubscribe if I just had an anxiety pin and started acting like that? You'd all unsubscribe, right? Or maybe I'd get more subscribers. People like crash outs.
At this point, getting ridiculous, Cody. So please.
Justified crash out?
For the final and for the billionth time, will you please just respect the fact that it's not a vape?
So this guy has, I guess he's taking callers and they're making fun of him because he has a vape. But it's not a vape, it's an anxiety pen because he has anxiety. So I guess he has I don't have a pen. I have one of these lighters. So let's pretend this is an anxiety pen. And I'm having anxiety, so I grab my little anxiety pen. Ooh, I feel better now. It's like a child with a blankie, dude. You know the blankie? You know how kids have blankies they get attached to and they'll cry if they don't have their blankie? It's like that. Children shouldn't be doing podcasts, okay? Keep the kids off the podcast. And actually, you should probably keep your kids off social media until they're like at least, I don't know, I would 16 at earliest. I don't know, man. It's not good for the children, let alone having your own fucking podcast.
And that is an anxiety pen. It's
Yo,
a goddamn anxiety pen.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. Only people that watch child pods are kids and peds.
Yeah. Well, do kids actually watch? See, that's a problem. That's a problem. Like, say you get obviously the pedos are a problem, but just kids being involved in the internet in any way to me is a problem. We need to get the pedos off the internet. We need to get them off the planet, to be honest. But we need to just in general get kids off the internet. You know, I feel like very strongly that it should be treated like cigarettes, like alcohol. You know, maybe like there should be some sort of like, I don't know, operating system that's designed for kids to where they can only access the things that kids may need to access for schooling, but they don't have like true free access to the internet to just do whatever they want. And I know a lot of parents can probably already set that up, but a lot of parents are just letting their kids loose on the fucking internet, and that's just bad.
Get it right.
What flavor is your vape?
Yo, you really got me.
Get the fuck. Just
in for this.
Get the.
Yeah, he's not handling the trolling very well, dude. This is bad. And then now you're trolling a legitimate child. I bet this dude's like 21. I bet you he's 21 and he just acts and looks like a child.
God, get the fuck out!
Get him out.
I hate women.
Okay, get out. You get out too.
Yeah, CWG says they can hack anything you want. We'll stop. Yeah, most of the time they're smarter with computers than you are. I don't know, man. I think a really dedicated parent could make it happen. They could find ways to at least limit the damage. You know, maybe you can't limit the damage that social media would do 100%, but you can limit it maybe, you know, to 10% of what it would be. I don't know. But it's definitely fucking the kids up.
You fucking weirdo. What? Dude.
What?
Do you vape? Parker, do you vape?
He's just kicking everybody now.
No, it's a damn fucking anxiety pen. Okay.
What the fuck? Dude. What?
Children should not have podcasts, guys. Get the children off. President Putin praises U.S. President Trump. Maybe it's a good sign, man. Like, we got to get this Ukraine war over one way or the other. I don't care. Get whatever territory Russia has right now. Just Russia's got it. You lost. And let's just end this shit. And let Ukraine actually hold elections. That'd be nice. Like, let them get that fuckhead out, you know, and actually elect somebody who maybe might be anti-war. I don't know, but he's kind of like a dictator at this point, ain't he, Zelensky?
I deeply respect the current American president. He's traveled a very long and difficult path. There were hardships along the way, on his way to the White House. You know that he survived 2 attempts on his life. He's a very courageous person, that's for sure. As for...
Is this new? I think this is new. Yeah, but it's nothing new. He said the same thing before. That's good. Hopefully that's a sign that they can get back in and work some shit out. Yes, these are the ones I had saved up before. I've seen a lot of videos of this roller coaster, and God, it makes me wish being a kid. It's been a long time since I went to a theme park and rode a roller coaster.
That is beautiful.
But this one looks a little too fucking insane, though.
Straight ahead, you can see there's no track in front of us. It ends. So we're going to lock in place right here. Yeah. And then the track is going to disconnect and tilt forward to a 90-degree angle.
I mean, you know, I used to think the Rattler in San Antonio, Fiesta, Texas, was crazy. I mean, this is fucking nuts, dude. I don't know. Would you guys ride this shit? I don't know if I would.
All not sounding fun to me.
You got a lot of time to...
It's like the pirate ship, you know, when you get on the pirate ship and it goes like that. I hate that one. I will never ride it because it's not fun at all. It's not enjoyable, especially when it's upside down. Like, there are some rides that are just not enjoyable. Like the Rattler, that's badass. Okay, that's fun. You enjoy every moment of that. The pirate ship, get rid of that shit. Who likes that?
Think about this. That's the thing.
This psychological warfare on my head.
So now we're locked into place, and the track is going. Here we go. We're tilting.
This is insane, dude.
We're tilting forward, 90-degree angle, straight down.
Oh, no,
so
dude.
not right.
Okay.
Oh, this is so not right.
We're holding.
So not right, dude.
Yeah, this is.
This whole thing is broken.
This is great. This is great.
Lucky.
We're good.
I mean, these guys might be too old for rides like this, dude. That's too much for your heart. But that's insane, dude. I mean, yeah, I guess, like, where else are you going to go with roller coasters? How else are you going to make it more scary? Let's see. Is she jaded? Would you date her? I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why the fuck men are so pressed when I started TikTok off by saying.
Probably because you got a bitchy attitude and you're not smiling. Maybe smile and not have a bitchy attitude. And what the fuck are you eating over here? What is this disgusting fucking slop? Okay, I wouldn't date her. She's all right looking, but when I see chicks eating shit like this, fuck no. As soon as I make a pork chop, she's gonna be like, "Hey, you're eating pork chops?" Like, yeah, bitch, I'm eating pork chops. I'm not eating whatever fucking gruel this shit is. What is this disgusting shit? I don't see any meat in here. Disgusting. No, fuck this bitch.
I'm 30 years old and I'm single and dating is fucking hard.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Here's the difference between men at 30 who are single. They're out having a fucking blast. And women who are 30 and single are like, oh, I don't know. You guys say I'm single. It's like it's all they think about is the fact that they're single. Like, live your life, bitch. And stop being so miserable. And maybe smile and stop making faces like this. And maybe you'll get some attention from some high-level men. Because, you know, obviously nobody's up to your standards, queen.
They're like, well, you're 30, you're jaded. You might as well just go crawl in a 6-foot hole because you're dead to the world. I'm sure there's plenty of good men in your DMs. Yeah, let me just suss
we're going to have to watch you eat this fucking slop.
that out real quick. Let me go through all of the fucking people in my DMs with no proof.
What is this shit she's eating, dude? Can I put this, make this, what is this shit? What is this? Just corn? Is she just fucking eating corn? Hold on. Where'd she go? What is this shit? The fuck is that? Is that corn? It don't even look like corn. It looks like I don't know what the. She got to be a vegan. This got to be some vegan shit. I don't even know what the fuck this is, dude. These fucking vegans. Maybe that's why you're single, dude. Stop with the veganism. Men don't like it. Men don't like it when you eat weird shit like this.
File picture. User 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Those aren't scrambled eggs, bro. Those are not scrambled eggs. Those are the most disgusting scrambled eggs I've ever seen in my god dang life. If those are scrambled eggs. I don't know what disgusting shit that is.
Who's saying, you know, I'll date you.
Are just the most disgusting eggs I've ever seen. They don't look like eggs. Look at them. They're little chunks. They're little pieces like corn. Eggs don't look like that. It almost looks like, that's not eggs, dude. You got, oh, fuck, that's not eggs.
Yeah, sick. Let me hit you up. Okay, another part of dating is, one, having the same value.
They might be fake eggs. There might be some like Beyond Meat fake eggs.
As someone else, and also being attracted to them, okay? I'm sorry if I'm not attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah, but then you'll find some dude who's got a ton of money who's fat and ugly as fuck, and you'll be attracted to him, right? It's weird how that works, right? All of a sudden, fat guy that's not attractive, he's got $1 million in the bank, all of a sudden he's attractive. Weird how that works.
It's not gonna work. You're sliding in the DMs. Doesn't mean that I can't get someone. If I wanted to, I could lock down the crustiest fucking dude like that, okay? So can a lot of other fucking women. We have standards because we build ourselves up and we...
Those fingernails, what's that yellow finger fucking paint shit? The fuck? You got a lot of things wrong here, lady. You want to get a man, there's a lot of shit. First of all, get some red fingernails, not this weird ass yellow shit. Maybe she wants her fingernails to match the ugly, disgusting food she's eating. I don't know, but I still don't think that's eggs, dude. I've never seen eggs look more disgusting in my entire fucking life.
We take care of ourselves and we don't need a crusty, dusty dude next to us. What don't you get? When I say dating is hard, I'm not...
Okay, maybe it is eggs, but it's the most disgusting eggs I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm not struggling. I'm struggling to get a good dude, the same value.
So yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling.
Values who would lift me up.
Maybe it's a you problem. Maybe you have way too high expectations. and you need to lower them. Oh no, but it's just crusty dudes. No, I'm sure you can lower them a little bit and find some dudes who are not crusty, but maybe they're not 6'8" with $1 million in their bank account, you know?
And I would lift him up. Or anyone's mean on TikTok. Like, I seriously, it doesn't fucking faze me, so try.
I'm trying right now, bitch.
I could give
I'm trying really
I
hard.
know who I am. I'm actually a very self-aware, secure person. And
Well,
that's
if you were self-aware, you wouldn't be eating that on camera.
why I'm dating. Otherwise, I wouldn't be fucking dating, because I'm not a dumb fuck.
Yeah, I disagree.
Reason number 2 why I'm struggling, because I'm struggling to find someone who's not a dumb fuck.
That's what it is. You're just so fucking intelligent. God, it's so hard to find intelligent men who eat disgusting looking food and shove it into their stupid face while on camera like we want to watch you eat. Is this a thing now? Are people eating on camera like dumbasses thinking that, I mean, I'm sure it is, man. The mukbang shit, like, oh, I don't want to watch anybody eat. I could barely even watch food reviews, you know, like the review bra when he's eating. I don't want to watch you eat, dude. The fuck I want to watch somebody eat on camera for? What's wrong with you?
And who did take care of themselves before getting into something. Wow, what a concept. For the men that are saying that I'm jaded and I'm too old. My mother had my sister at 44 years old, so you guys can kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah, well.
Also, I know you're typing that from your
Yeah, this is not a good look.
mom's fucking basement. And that's why you're so pressed. Don't worry, I had fruit. All the crusty dusties.
Again, my same suggestion for the child running a podcast is to stop reading your comments. Okay, it's not everybody can read their comments and make it through.
That are being mean in the comments. No! Avocado, fuck. All the crusty dusties. I'm sure you haven't eaten a piece of fruit in the last 15 years of your life. Maybe go.
Oh my God, she ate a piece of fruit. That makes her better than you. She's now better than you because she eats fruit. And by the way, I just ate some watermelon yesterday, you dumb bitch. Okay? At least I eat fruit that tastes good. I don't know what bullshit that is you're eating.
Try it.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Yes? No? You ready to go wife her up? Go wife her up. She'll cook amazing food. You'll get grapes and pineapple and eggs that look like total shit. It'll be great, guys. It'll be great. No meat, though. No meat. No steak. Oh, Trump getting mad at a reporter? I love this. Let's watch Trump get mad at a reporter. Thank you, Wilford.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. Ping, you got an addiction to brain rot internet.
I guess you got me there. Thank you. Doge
Hordler super chatted $5. She sounds like she got dumped by a guy she liked.
More than one.
So now she has to talk crap about all the other dudes.
Yeah, it's the same thing going on with Liver King. They don't realize like, oh, this is a me problem. Like my standards are too high. You know, I don't really want a husband. I want somebody that I can be like brag to my friends about. Like, look how cool and hot my husband is, and look, he's taller than your husband, and look, he's got more money than your husband. And none of them really want to get down to the business of having a family and doing the hard work of raising a family together. Those are the good women. You need to find those, the ones that know what it means. They usually have a dad. It's a good sign. If a woman has a dad and has a good relationship with her dad, that's a good sign. All right. And they've seen how a family's supposed to be, and they know what marriage is about. And it's not just about like having, bragging rights to your stupid dumb fuck friends. Those are the women you need to find. And we need to don't care too much about what they look like either at that point. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to marriage, raising a family, if she cooks and she's a good a mom that is going to be able to love the kids and take good care of them. Some of us guys have too high standards like her, right? I'm one of them. My standards are too high, but it is what it is. Most of us do. Our standards are too high, but not to the level of a lot of these dumb bitches. Thank you for the super chat.
Why not? Why not Canada, by the way?
Why? Because this is about a different subject right now. This is right now actually a much more important subject. We just ended a war that was going on for 30 years where 6 million people died. So don't ask me a trade question on Canada.
6 million people. He's talking about the Iran-Israel. Yeah, I thought this was better. See, this guy sold it as him. Why are you lying, Nixor? Just tried changing the subject to Canada and Trump told him to shut the hell up. Okay. He didn't tell him to shut the hell up. I thought he was going to, but he essentially did that. Yeah, we saw this one already. Reporter asked an incredibly idiotic question. Who would enforce birthright citizenship? Yeah, we saw that one already. Now this is weird. You guys remember in school when you had pizza day and sometimes like your teacher would bring pizza for the class, right? And it'd be like a reward. Oops, what did I do? It'd be a reward. Like if you've been behaving and the class, like I remember like they would set goals. Like if you got, the class got this many stars or whatever, then we'd have a pizza day. Everybody gets to have pizza. Well, thank God they're still doing it in school. But it's changed a little bit from what I can remember pizza day being. Let's see.
You cutting the line. You ain't getting you cutting the line. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, told y'all I got y'all piece for y'all. So,
This guy's a teacher, okay? Just so you know.
I have a variety of different options. I got cheese. I got 8 boxes of cheese. So bacon and pepperoni was like equally voted. So I got 4 boxes of each. I got 8 boxes of pepperoni, and then I got 4 boxes of sausage. Now, the first slice is free. Comes with a drink, right? I got the knockoff.
That's good. At least, hey, everybody gets a free slice of pizza.
You know, Sprite and all that other good stuff. First slice is free.
I don't remember actually being limited in the amount of slices I could get as a kid. I kind of remember it was like, it's there until it's gone. So get some while it's there.
The second slice is going to run you, any additional slice is going to run you $2. The cash
What the fuck?
is back there. No refund. Look at that. Hey, why is jumping like a crack house over here?
Yeah, because you're acting like a cracker. So this is what he's doing. He gives him a little taste of the pizza. Okay, now you got a taste. You want more, right? Well, the more is going to cost you. This is drug dealer tactics on his own kids using pizza.
I was already going to take on the day.
Yeah, I remember it being no limit. Now this motherfucker is like, he's running. To me, this should be, he should get some sort of punishment for this. Is this what's happening in our schools? Really? This is like not teacher behavior. This is not teacher behavior. This is, I don't know. I've never seen a teacher do something like this.
Bro, hey. Oh, yeah, boy. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not my student, you might as well go on, leave the line, because
Okay, that makes sense, right? You're just rewarding your students.
my students are prioritized first. So if you are not my student, you got to wait till anything's left. If you cutting the line, you ain't getting you cutting the line. One of them.
Did he just say shit? Did this teacher just casually say shit in front? I mean, that's new. I don't remember teachers doing that when I was in school. But apparently, teachers can just cuss now.
Students that be skipping my class, turning around. You ain't getting nothing from me. I got nothing for you. Girl, bye. You just in the line. Jump all these people.
Hey, at least he was nice enough to wear some dishwasher gloves, right? I mean, that's pretty dope.
Hey, I see y'all cash rapping. Hold on.
Of course, it's Cash App. No cash, bro. Just Cash App. God, I can't even get away from the IRS. I mean, be smart and take cash, and then, maybe you wouldn't have to pay the IRS. I mean, you should, but, a lot of people, when it comes to cash. All right, that's smart.
Everybody get done.
I guess nobody has cash anymore, right? Now, what am I talking about? I'm old. I'm old and out of touch. Nobody fucking has cash, so it makes sense.
Start cash shopping. And don't send me those $20 that you're going to get all the pieces. Just hold on to the end. At the moment, I'm out of paper plates. But I can give you a paper towel, it's a little ghetto, but I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all don't care, right? You said I eat with my hands.
I want this slice right here.
Girl, look.
No, that slice is too tiny.
I don't remember any teachers talking like that to any of the lady students back in the day. Mr. Schrodenberg, can I go to the restroom? Girl, look. You don't call them a girl, you call them by their fucking name. It's just weird, man, to see teachers acting this way. It's weird. But I guess this is a different time and age. And it has nothing to do with his skin color. If there was a white teacher acting this way, I would be just as fucking weirded out. I had black teachers back in the day. They didn't behave like this. They were very respectful. They didn't drop fucking cuss words. And they didn't buy pizza for the class as a grift to make fucking money. The fuck?
People, black folks, for free. All my students get a slice, yeah. All right, now I can start making my money.
Now he can start making his money. No, he's a science teacher, dude. Let me look at this again. The science guy. I think he's a fucking science teacher, dude.
Getting a extra drink. The drink is $1. The piece is too.
Did you say factory fugitive mind did? Did your teacher cuss? I never had a teacher cuss. I had coaches in high school. When you got into sports, especially football, then you'd hear some cussing. But it was only after class, like at practice type shit, and you'd had to have really pissed them off.
$3. So you want a drink and this whatchamacallit, send me $3. You see proof of payment. So if your internet ain't working, you better make it work.
I guess this is how, like, if you're not, like, teachers aren't paid enough, right? Like, teacher salaries are so low. I guess this is a way to make up the difference.
Doing business with you, man. Peace out. Brother bought a whole box. That's what I like to see right there. He's spending big money. You need to get like him. Spend some big money. Money, and I like it.
See, it goes from like, oh, it's pizza day for the kids as a reward to my students, and then eventually you see really what's going on. This is just a fucking hustle. He's hustling his school and his kids for some money.
Hell no. Ain't nothing in this life for free. My vegetables, some cheese and broccoli. Anybody else buying some pizza? Y'all know y'all want to. All right, well, you can't get nothing in this life for $1. Only $2 though.
Jesus, this is crazy, dude. I can't even believe this is. I think this may be fake, but it doesn't seem like it's fake. Mr. J on TikTok. This is the guy. Mr. J, Art NYE, the science guy. This is the guy. I've got to figure out how to unmute it on TikTok.
It's Mr. J, and I'm partnering with Walden University to share with you all.
Walden University? Isn't Walden University like one of those you can pay to get a fucking scholarship?
Myself and my goals led to me getting my greatest W teaching. I get to positively impact my students each and every day, and it's the greatest reward of them all. So back in college, every challenge that I faced was just one step closer to me getting that W, and I wouldn't change a thing. It was not easy, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I pushed through, finished strong, and I got that degree. The real win, becoming the teacher I always dreamed of. Now I get to inspire the next generation.
Hey, look, shout out to this guy, right? That's cool. But just next time when you have pizza day, just let your fucking kids have pizza. Stop trying to make money off fucking pizza day, dude.
And online. That's my ultimate W. Getting that degree was just the first step.
I gotta look up Walden University. I just, for some reason, I remember it being one of those like really shitty. What is this one? Where am I at? Am I back in my fucking? Oh, okay. I gotta go back, I think. This one is crazy, dude. I don't understand how people are making so much fucking money on Patreon through their podcasts. I don't get it. Like, who the fuck are giving these people this much money, dude? Like, by the way, go to my Patreon. I got like 3 subscribers on Patreon. You don't even have to pay. Just go become a member on Patreon. I want to make this much money one day.
You wake up in the morning and decide to.
So what he tried to share the like his Patreon numbers, and he tried to black out the fucking amounts he makes. This is Joe Budden, and yes, somebody just took it and add up the brightness on it so you could see the fucking the numbers. And he's making $931,000 a month, nearly $1 million a month. I don't even think his podcast was that fucking popular. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Like, who? He's making that fucking much, dude. It's insane.
Post Patreon.
And then his I bet you he's not paying his fucking fellow podcast guys shit. So they're just finding out how much he's making off his podcast per month. And I'm sure he's going to be breaking up with because he's always breaking up with his, like, remember it was like Rory and that black guy, like they were his co-hosts, and then they were mad because they weren't getting shit. They weren't getting paid shit. So they left. It's probably not a good idea. I don't know where they are now. So he's got a whole new crew. I give it another year. This crew will be gone. Every time people see that he's making $1 million a month and they're getting paid probably like $1,000 an episode or something, it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of fucked. I'm gonna piss while this plays.
Not the subs, but how many Patreon subscribers visit your Patreon page? You tried to black out the numbers. You tried to do a big one.
Niggas ain't never work at corporate.
But little do you know, Little do you know the internet had you beat.
A little bit of brightness turned up.
Because they brightened their numbers, and I saw you made a lot last month. You made a lot the month before, and honestly,
you standing up for the people.
Oh shit! Wait, you making a lot now, champ. So
wait, what?
I think your story. I mean, you know, I get it. I mean, high overhead, but the overhead is
It ain't that high.
United.
Wait, how y'all know it ain't that high?
United don't got that high. I'm looking at that like, okay,
stupid, yo.
Okay, do you have any explanation to do? That's not the prospects bag you getting. I had to do calculations. You bang them niggas in the head. That's not the problem. Run your game. That's not that.
Out there.
Run like, nigga, what?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do it.
I knew it as soon as I saw it.
Yo, you are an idiot.
I'm surprised my sister ain't say nothing.
No, you know, Big. Stop playing with her.
What she ain't gonna say?
Stop playing with her. You know about her.
Oh yeah, she did.
This little measle right here.
Mm-hmm. I did say something.
Okay.
But off camera.
Oh.
Who you said something to?
Ian.
Oh shit! You went to the what?
What'd you say?
You went to Shay Whitey. Niggas was sending me text messages, bro.
You got calls too?
I didn't know what the fuck
I
it
didn't
was.
know what the fuck that was.
They're actually handling it pretty well. I wonder what they're getting paid. I wonder if he finally realized, like, I'm making so much money, I actually have to pay the people to be on this show a lot. There's no way around it. Your show's earning $1 million a month. Everybody involved with the show should be making a good paycheck. I don't understand how people do that. Like, they have a whole crew and they like take 90% of the money and just give nothing to everybody else. If I had a podcast blow up, everybody would be making a ton of money. Everybody involved, which right now is just me, so it'd just be me.
Oh, because I didn't even see.
Actually, I got Jimmy, my producer. Everybody would be paid.
Niggas just sit, yo. I'm like,
What did you see that triggered you to do that though? Because you don't usually do that. That's not even your bag. And I asked you on the phone. I'm like, Joe, tell me what's out there. Who said something? Who offended you? Who threw shots? Who called you broke? You said none of that happened.
None of that happened.
So what did you have to?
I saw the rumors after it happened, but none of that happened. I wasn't. That's corny. I don't do that.
So what did you see? Something triggered that.
something inspired that.
Exactly. Thank you, Freeze.
I got you, bro.
I kept asking him, tell me what inspired that.
That's crazy. Yeah. So what I watched this earlier. The 30 million. He wanted to show off that he had 30 million visits, and then he asked somebody to fucking black it out, and they didn't black it out properly because I guess all you had to do was raise the brightness to see it again. I just don't understand how people are making this much fucking money. I guess this show's a lot popular than I realized. I know he had a popular show, but God, $1 million a fucking month? That's insanity, dude. Go sign up to my Patreon, boys. What was his own? Oh, okay, yeah, psychological hack. Let's see, guys. Let's see. All of us, we're gonna play this. Okay, we'll find out something about ourselves.
I can tell a lot about a person by answering this one question. You ready for it? Here we go. And it's not like what you think it's gonna be. This is gonna really blow your mind. Here it is.
Okay.
If you had to pick one animal that comes to your mind first, that you feel like is most like you or explains your personality, pick it.
Okay. I don't have any animal that explain. I don't have an animal that comes any close to what she just fucking said. There's no animal I go, oh, they're animals just like me. There are animals I like. So I'm just going to go with that, the animals I like, because it's a dumb fucking question. I like dogs. All right, so yeah, I can see how dogs could be a lot like me. We'll go with dogs. I'm going to go with dogs.
All right, remember it.
Okay.
Okay? You're remembering it? All right.
Yes.
Now I want you to think about if that animal did not exist.
Oh, that'd be fucked up if there were no dogs.
Pick the second animal that comes to your mind.
Oh, I hate when they do this shit. What? This is that mentalist bullshit where they start off with one thing. Pick this, and then it's like, oh, no, pick again. No, pick again. No, what the fuck? Why you keep making me pick?
The very second animal that comes to your mind.
Well, fuck. I like cows. Cows are cool. I like to eat them, but I also like them. They're very beautiful. I like cows. All right? Cows are cool. I wish we didn't have to kill them, but, I'll go with a cow.
Like, lock that in. Okay, you got your second animal? Okay.
Yes.
Now let's pretend that animal does not exist.
Jesus Christ, what's the point of this? What's the point of this stupid shit?
All right, your third animal. Third animal that you feel like is most like you, that resonates.
There is no animal that's most like me, dumbass. It's a stupid question. Only dumbasses go around going, ooh, cheetahs are so much like me. This is stupid. Okay, I'm going to go with the pig because I love pigs. And I wouldn't mind having a potbelly pig one day as a pet. Okay, so I'm going with pig.
Resonates with you, lock it in. Like, lock it in.
Pig.
All right. You ready to hear the answers now? Okay, here we go. This will blow your mind.
This better blow my fucking mind. This better blow my fucking mind, lady.
That first animal that you picked, that is how you want other people to perceive you.
This is stupid. You're just making this shit up. You sat around today at home going, what TikTok video going? Oh, psychological hack. Oh, you're just making this shit up as you're going along. This is bullshit. I don't want people to see me as a dog. I'm a human. They can see me as a fucking human.
That's how you wish that you were like presented in the world.
Yeah, that's what I wish. I wish I was presented as a dog. Okay, that makes total sense, dumbass.
So whatever it was, that's what you want other people to actually see you as.
Okay, yeah. So I get it now. The cow is like what people really see me as or some shit like that, right?
Second animal. The second animal is how you really perceive yourself.
Yeah, I perceive myself as a cow. That's what I do. I go, I look in the mirror and I see a cow. That makes perfect sense, dumbass. This lady's pissing me off.
So I want you to think about that. Like, what was that second animal? And that's probably really like how you perceive yourself.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
Honestly.
That's what it is. And it wasn't just, random animals that I like, right? Yeah, I see myself as a cow. Okay, dumbass.
Now, the third animal is not how you wish people perceived you, not how you perceive yourself, but the third animal is how you actually show up in the world.
Everybody thinks I'm a pig. Is that what you're saying? You're saying
how you actually show up, how people actually really do perceive you. So let that lock in.
There's no locking in. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard, you dumb bitch. There's no locking that in. I'm not a pig. No one looks at me as a pig. Most humans do not identify as an animal. Maybe find some Native Americans and their spirit animals. Maybe you should talk to Native Americans. Do any of you identify as an animal? Oh, I sure like cats. That cat behaves like me. I identify like a cat. Like, who the fuck does that? It's the first sign of mental illness to me. If you're looking at animals and you're going, ooh, that bird acts like me. Dumb shit. And no, people do not see a pig when they see me, okay, lady? They see a beautiful man with beautiful red hair. A little bit slightly overweight, but not much. Still sexy. Not a pig, bitch. All right, I'm sorry for playing that one, guys. We already played that one. What is this? Oh, yeah, Carmelo Anthony, the dude who stabbed that other kid at the track and field event. What did they get, like $1.5 million in GoFundMe? And now that he's been arrested and they're pressing charges because the video's out there, they won't release it to the public, but people have seen it and describe it, and it wasn't self-defense from the video. It was basically an unprovoked attack. And I say unprovoked because, someone's allowed to tell you to leave because he was in the tent, right? These track and field, they have different tents for each school. And he went into the tent for another school and they told him to leave. And then he was like, make me. And then the guy, I think, tried to make him. I don't think he attacked him. I think he just tried to grab him and escort him out. I don't know. That's the part we probably still don't know. Either way, he stabbed the dude in the chest and killed him. So now he's going to jail, and they raised $1.5 million because apparently if you murder another kid at high school, people will just send you money. And they spent all that money, and now they're looking for more.
Bye. Carmelo Anthony.
The music at the beginning is, you don't need that. There's no reason for it.
Daddy Drew on the internet requesting for $1.4 million.
So they spent all the first millions that they got, or million something, on a car, house, probably vacations and shit. And now they want another 1.4 million.
Donation.
Hopefully they don't go kill somebody, so they can get another. They can be like, hey, Carmelo, can you go stab another kid so we can get our GoFundMe going again?
What did y'all do with all that money?
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
What did y'all do with all that money?
It'd be nice if we could hear you over the stupid music you got going in the background. But yeah, what did you do with all that money?
Where did it go? Ain't no way lawyer fees and all that stuff costs that much. They say y'all buy an Escalade and a brand new house with that money.
So many people are struggling and like, what kind of message does this send to people? Especially like black people. You know? Like, hey, you can murder a white person and then have your PR team spin everything to be, oh, that person was racist. And now you got millions of dollars, dude. This is a terrifying slippery slope that I hope, to be honest, I don't know why GoFundMe even let this fucking guy raise money. Seems weird. If he was a white dude, they probably wouldn't have. Just saying. Can't prove it. Sure seems like it.
Now, y'all should have put that money up for that man lawyer fees, because, you know, them people is fighting, trying to get that man, and he's young.
Yeah, so they still need money for lawyer fees because they spent all the fucking million, the 1.5 million, whatever they raised the first time. I forget the number. They spent all of it. And now they still actually have to pay a lawyer now.
So
oh, boy. I bet you they get the money still. I bet you they get another 1.4 million. Watch.
All that money like that y'all raised, that was supposed to be put aside for him with his lawyer fees and everything else that he need to have that money for. And y'all gonna sit up there and spend that money. Okay.
She's mad because it seems like she cares. Lucifer, what's up, the Doberman?
Lucifer the Doberman super chatted $1.46. Only got 600K.
Okay, that's what they got the first time?
For $1.4 million.
Thank you for correcting me, Lucifer. Okay, so yeah, they already went through the 600K. Now they need another 1.4. Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, let's just keep sending money to people who stab people in the chest. Sean Strickland's a problem, dude. I ran into this clip, and I don't know how he gets away with the shit he says.
Me and the cameraman were disappointed this wasn't a casting couch. Now, if you're a fucking fat bitch, dude, Jesus Christ. Can't believe Laura Sanko got fat, dude. How long do you think she'd have her job for? Do you always think Laura Sanko fucked Dane to get a job? Laura Sanko got a job because she's hot. She didn't have to bang anybody. Privilege of just being fucking hot. If you're fucking ugly, you wouldn't have had the job. I'm an honest motherfucker. You ask me how big my dick is, I'm gonna fucking tell you. It's real bad.
I'm not gonna ask you that.
So we go as racist as we want, you know? All that shit you're talking about the Jews, fucking go full send right now.
Do I need to come for you?
Does he?
I mean, sure, if you want.
Does he have major CTE? Because this is like the type of CTE I kind of like. If this is what CTE is, you know, it's not that bad. You know, it's kind of hilarious.
I've called you a slut like 10 times since this interview. This is what sucks about like the UFC now. And they're all just fucking like from Durkistan, Osama Muhammad, who like grew up in a fucking sand pit. They pay these motherfuckers no money to like people from Sandtown drive.
Disavow.
Working at fucking Walmart.
You're speaking awfully wild. We're literally in the mothership right now.
Anti-American company like UFC.
We're gonna move on because I'm gonna save you from really being ridiculous.
I don't give a fuck. Two gay guys fucking. You know, as long.
Dude, he's. I think if they were to give an award for like funniest MMA guy, he's up there. Rampage is pretty funny as well. The Diaz brothers are funny, but not like purposely funny. You know what I mean? I love them. No shade. You guys are the best. Diaz brothers all the way, dude. Do not jump me.
I'm gonna happen if you agree to fuck. Like jiu-jitsu's so fucking gay.
Finally, somebody said it. I've been saying that forever, dude. It's like it looks a little gay watching two dudes roll around on the ground with their legs wrapped around each other. Thank God somebody fucking from the MMA world said it.
You were not going to say that. No. I'm going to paint a picture of you, and you're going to paint a picture of me. All right?
Like, that's not bad, right? I'm trying to draw. I'm not good at drawing dicks.
Clear. I asked you to draw me.
That's what I see when I look at you. Somebody pull it out and fucking take a gander. Like,
I think I'm going to have to watch this podcast if this is every episode. Sean Strickland's going to be the next Joe Rogan. He keeps this up, dude. You watch. You wait and see. Jake Paul on Piers Morgan. This was pretty funny. Yeah, I think I kind of side with Piers on this one, to be honest.
I'm a killer. I get in the ring with the best people. And you get in the ring with a guy who's 50, he's literally nearly as old as me. The only proper boxer you fought was Tommy Fury, and he beat you.
Fought multiple boxers with professional records, including Mike Tyson himself.
Peak Tyson, you wouldn't have lasted 10 seconds.
And you versus going to the gym, you're still
like he's never getting over the fact that he beat up an old man that could barely fucking move. He got everybody hyped for him fighting an elderly person. It's just to me, he's forever a joke in my book at this point. It's like, oh, I beat Mike Tyson. No, you beat an old crippled man. Okay, congratulations.
Fat ass. We can make up hypotheticals. You should go to the gym. If you went to the gym,
I've been twice this week.
What does that have to do with the fact that you're not fighting real fighters and the only real fighter you fought beat you? That you don't have a comeback for that, Jake. You can call Pierce fat all you want, dude, but he knows you, man.
You don't think I can beat Mike Tyson? I don't think you go to the gym.
I think you're a great YouTuber.
You think that your opinion matters.
Well, why are you doing my show if it doesn't?
Oh, I'm just taking your audience to sell pay-per-views. I don't give a fuck about
Yeah, but his opinion is the opinion of the mass majority of people now, Jake.
you. Dumbass, this is a fucking business enterprise.
He just leaves.
Cheers, Jake.
I mean, that's good promo. It's good promo. Now look, I'm going to defend Cece's Pizza on this one. Okay, I don't think Cece's Pizza is in the wrong at all.
See all that's coming in this bitch and they seen us, we blight. Now they want to serve us no peace.
For all of you that don't speak, whatever language she's speaking, she said they're black, but it came out like blick. Let me hear that again.
They seen us, we blight. Now
We blight. That's not even
coming in this bitch and they seen us, we blight.
what lingo, where is she from that people say black like that?
Now they want to serve us no pizza. Oh, so remind me.
Okay, so this family shows up to Cece Pizza and there's a sign on the door that says they're closed for maintenance. Are you telling me that they saw you park and by the time you got here to record your video, which seemed like a little after the fact, that they put that sign on the door and locked all the doors? I tend to think that they probably were already fucking closed for maintenance, and then you're gonna make it a race thing because hey, social media views, right?
We got a crowd full of chur. And
A crowd full of chur, dude. Where is this? Baltimore? Is this Baltimore? Is this the way? Because I heard Baltimore has crazy accents, and I've never heard an accent like this before.
they just put a sign on the door talking about close at 8 o'clock for maintenance.
I guarantee you they didn't fucking close their door and run and lock the door as soon as they saw y'all walking through the parking lot. I guarantee you that's not what happened. They probably already had the door locked and then just put the sign on there so people would understand why they were closed. It happens. Sometimes stores close early.
I hope Irene come get they pussies. They knew what the fuck they were doing talking about maintenance. And look what time they closed. From 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah, a business can close whenever the fuck it wants to. It doesn't have to stay open just because it says that it's open at that time. Sue them for closing early. See how far that goes.
All that's coming in this bitch and they seen us, we blight. Not
You what? You blight?
they don't want to serve us no pizza. Yeah, Iraq, come get that ass off this counter. Fuck wrong with them. Iraq gonna bust that motherfucking window.
Iraq?
Down.
Oh, now you're gonna break their fucking window because they closed early for maintenance? Might be a little bit overreacting, don't you think? Look, at this point, you know, I'm sure there's another pizza place open you can go to. Okay? Calm down.
Huh? No, we ain't fucking. They knew they seen us coming in here and gonna want to put a sign up there.
I don't believe it, dude. I don't believe it. That would be funny though, right? If they saw him park and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to deal with this." I mean, it's possible they might have already have experience with her, right? Like she's probably I mean, she doesn't sound like she'd be the greatest customer to take care of. Sounds like she'd be one of those customers that like everything's a problem. So maybe, but I think really she's just found an opportunity to make something about race and get some social media clout. It's a real problem the way people are behaving these days.
It's a.
And then now her kids are going to go around thinking everybody hates them because of her skin color, as opposed to just being like, "Oh, sorry, honey. They're closed for maintenance. We'll have to go to the next CC Pizzas, or maybe we can go to Pizza Hut, or, you know, maybe we can go to, you know, Taco Bell, get something." No. They hate us. They closed because we're black. And then they're going to push this fucking victim shit onto their kids. It's kind of sad.
Us black folks, they put a sign on there talking about they closed. Stupid.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And apparently women are out here trying to save the ducks from having sex. It sounds crazy, but this is one of the craziest videos I've ever seen.
Get away from her! Get away from her!
Sorry. I go from quiet videos to loud videos. Nobody keeps the same level of volume. There's no consistency. So yeah, it looks like two ducks were having sex, and this woman is trying to rescue the female duck because the male duck was too aggressively fucking her, I guess.
Hey!
Exactly what you'd expect someone like this to look like.
Get off of her!
The definition of a Karen. Hey, how are they supposed to have children, woman? You want more ducks? Let them go.
Stop it! God damn it, get us a net!
Don't get her a net. Please, do not get this woman a net.
So everybody's just standing around?
How do you figure more ducks get made?
The guys, how do you figure more ducks get made? Yeah. I've heard that the way ducks procreate, it can be kind of brutal. Like the males will like gang up on the female. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I think you can understand what I'm saying. But that's nature, man. That's the way ducks evolved. Nothing's better than nature, right? Nature knows all. Okay, Mother Nature knows everything. Just let them R-word the other ducks. Okay, they need more ducks. Welcome to the team, Be Unstoppable. Oh, wait, Be Unstoppable gifted one. Thank you, Be Unstoppable. Welcome to the team. 12-pack. 12-pack. Thank you, Be Unstoppable, for the gifted membership. You rock.
I know. She thinks it's ducks killing the other duck. Because it's losing seconds. She's just making it more scary.
She's just yelling at the ducks. Hey, duck. This is duck patriarchy, and I will not stand for it. Oh, now she's in the water. That's... Yeah, arrest her. This is nuts. Oh no, you did not. Did you just give her the? Who the fuck is giving her a net? Who is giving her a net? What's up, Joe? Don't yell at me.
The _unstoppable_4_life super chatted $5.
Thank you,
I made
Unstoppable.
it before you ended the stream. Yay. What did I miss?
I don't know. I don't even remember. You're gonna have to watch. I don't even remember half of the shit I say on this show. We talked about the fucking liverking and Trump's ending birthright citizenship and a bunch of random funny videos, dude. Welcome back. I hope you had fun with your family.
Why? That's what ducks.
Thank you for the super chat, brother.
I think if the duck goes all the way out there, she's gonna fall.
She's literally
She has to follow. There's no shot shaving.
The ducks just ran away from her. The ducks are like, fuck this crazy lady. Let's go have sex over there. Let's go have sex in peace over there in the corner. Oh man, what a nutcase. What a nutcase. This is the world we're living in, boys. This guy, I've barely started following the story, but this commie won the Democratic primary. I think he beat Cuomo, right? And yeah, like he wants to nationalize like grocery stores. He wants to have like government grocery stores where everybody eats free, and it's getting crazy. And this is some crazy shit he's saying here.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used.
Yeah, but did they have a weapon to steal those packages? Did they threaten the people that they were stealing the packages with violence? Okay, because that counts to me. If you're threatening somebody with violence while you commit a burglary, that's a violent act.
When people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. And we have to be very clear that what is happening.
Yeah. Let's defend the burglars who are breaking into people's homes and stealing their shit. That's what we need. That's what we need. That'll help society. Yeah. Let's defend the people who rob and steal from other people. That's great. That's a good. This guy. He's not going to win, by the way. He's going to get his ass stomped by Eric. I hope to God. I've said it before. Look, New York, you want to go commie? Right? Every state can do what it wants. If y'all want to vote in a fucking commie, please do it. Please do it so that in 10 years, everybody can point to how fucking terrible it went when you actually decided to vote for a fucking communist. Maybe people need to learn. Maybe people need to learn. Let him, you know what? I hope he wins at this point. I hope he wins. Turn New York into a communist shithole so these people can finally see for themselves the bullshit that communism really is. You know what? I'm supporting this guy.
Happening here with
Yeah,
these
fuck New York City.
attorneys. That is
I mean, there already are a bunch of commies there acting like commies, so just go full commie so you can finally reach the point where people will finally wake up and go, oh, you know what? Our founding fathers were actually right, and capitalism is the best system as long as it's not corrupted and we have a government that's willing to actually take care of us, you know, and ensure competition in the marketplace. But no, just let them go fucking communist. Let them go.
violence. That is violence of the highest degree. We have oftentimes
Yeah, it's violence to arrest people that break into other people's homes and steal their shit. Ooh, boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's it. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I couldn't remember what it was. Maybe I'll remember for another episode. Anyway, we're over 2 hours anyway. It's been fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Unstoppable, you got here right at the end. You're going to have to rewind, bro. Watch the video on demand. It's a good episode. Some of y'all enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll be doing streams this weekend, so look out. Again, join the Discord. That's the best way to get notifications for upcoming shows, to be on the Discord. Also, I'm probably going to start a channel in the Discord. I'm going to call it like the Writer's Room, where like all of you guys can give me suggestions. Shit you want me to cover, shit you want me to talk about. Joe, Jesus Christ, Joe, you're always interrupting me, Joe.
Zatoy Keys
What's up, Zato?
Sword.
Thank you for the
Super
20, brother.
chatted $20, but in that 10 years they'll be even more ingrained.
Yeah, Zato, I think it'll be easier to flip it when it's the state than if it's the federal government. Because the thing is with states, everybody can leave that fucking state. You know, but yeah, it is a risk. You're right. There is a risk there of doing that. But I think in the long run, it will just, again, be more information to people, more evidence of how fucking terrible communism is. And the government, and maybe they'll learn that the best way is to have less power, smaller government. Thank you, Be Unstoppable. Appreciate you too, buddy.
_4_life.
Thank you for the support, everybody.
$5.
Very much appreciate it.
You, buddy.
You
Stay
guys,
classy.
You guys will keep me in the game. I'm glad you guys are liking this the live streams and shit. You know, there'll be definitely more of them. This weekend, I don't know what we'll be talking about this weekend, but whatever the fuck's going on, we might just watch some crazy, random, funny videos like we did at the end of the stream today. Or maybe the Liver King, there might be an update there. I don't know. He kind of needs to go get help, though. Hopefully by tomorrow, he's in a facility getting help. That's my wish for the Liver King. I mean, he kicks his dog, probably worse, lies to everybody, grifts, cons people, but I still hope at the end of the day, he gets some help and turns his life around. We'll see. Joe, Jesus Christ, Joe.
Be _unstoppable
Yeah, John McCarter for
_life
president.
Super chatted $5. John McCarter for president 2028.
Amen. Amen. John, I don't know if I saw what you were going to do about birthright citizenship, John. But yeah. And how are you going to make the federal government smaller? We need some details about how we're going to fix these problems, John. But you got my vote. Everybody, in case you don't know, John will be running for president in 2028. And he's exactly what we need for president. He's exactly what we need. Okay? So I would hope all of you will throw your support behind John McCarter for president 2028. Thank you, John. You're the man. Love you. Love all you guys. Thank you for the support. We'll see you in the next episode. I'll be on tomorrow. It'll probably be an earlier one tomorrow. It might still be at 9, but I'm going to try to come on a little earlier. Because the late streams kind of fuck up my whole sleeping schedule because I get done with the stream and then I can't sleep. It's like I'm all wired and shit. Not from meth, but just from doing the show. It's, you know, it's a lot of adrenaline talking to people, talking for 2 hours like this. Plus, I'm not a good sleeper. For me to sleep, I need like 3 hours of watching television to unwind before I fall asleep. So it makes it rough for me, man. My life's hard, guys. I have a hard, difficult life. Feel sorry for me. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow and probably Sunday as well. So look out for that. Remember, join the Discord.